Diabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Everyone has a community to lean on. A neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. You've talked with your kids and shared clear expectations, but you're not with them every minute. Your community members, friends and relatives, teachers and coaches, faith leaders, and other important adults in your kids' lives can be your eyes, ears, and a supportive influence when you're not around, reinforcing your messages with your kids and alerting you to warning signs of underage drinking or other substance use. So talk with your kids about these issues and involve the members of your community to help keep your kids safe. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information, visit talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
Every second counts in a poison emergency. That's why Poison Help is standing by 24/7 to provide free assistance in over 100 languages. Save Poison Help as a contact in your phone today. Poison Help. 1-800-222-1222.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go. Monday, January 6th, 2025. Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr. The Travis and DeMarco Show is on for your Monday. And welcome to a new year, Jack. It's too late to say Happy New Year, but we could say welcome to a new year. Welcome to a new year of the Travis and DeMarco Show right here on 710 ESPN, on the all-new ESPN LA app, and, of course, on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Let's do it. The boys are back, and the girls are back. Producer Emily, welcome back from the long Christmas vacation. Producer Jorge's here. We're going to talk about the Rams in the wild card Monday night, taking on the Vikings 1 week from tonight at SoFi Stadium. Lakers dropped that one in Houston, Jack. By the way, the LA Kings don't stop winning at home. And USC women's basketball trounced Rutgers. That's just the sports stuff. Can you imagine all the other stuff? Let's do it. The Travis and DeMarco Show 2025 edition right now.
Yeah! I feel good, DeMarco.
Aloha.
I've had some time off. I'm
You
ready
refreshed?
to go. Greg made a pot of crack this morning. I don't even know what the heck
Oil.
is in this
Oil.
thing.
Made a pot of crack.
Oh, my gosh. He bought a coffee pot, and he put it in his office, and I'd help myself to it. I don't know what the heck is in this thing.
Like an old school coffee pot?
Yeah.
Way to go, Greg.
Imagine that, a coffee pot.
Why didn't you tell me?
20.
See?
I was just about to. We got
Dang.
sidetracked with other
I
conversations.
got some beans and stuff I need to grind.
Oh,
Perfect.
You got to grind your beans.
You look good. How you been?
I thank you for saying that.
Yes, you look good.
Thank you. I wasn't going to start with this, but since you brought it up.
What?
I got pretty fat over the break.
You got fat over the break?
Yeah.
What do you mean
well,
you got fat
fatter,
over the break?
Fatter.
What do you mean?
You know I do my weigh-ins.
Yeah?
Right?
You gained weight over the break.
Yeah.
It's the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
How much did you put on?
More than I should have.
10?
Not quite 10, but in the neighborhood of 10.
8.5.
Just about
Okay,
that.
that's
Okay,
good.
what was the biggest culprit?
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, alcohol.
That happens.
It was a terrific break. I had a great time.
Nice.
I'm thrilled to be back. It's great to see all of my. Good to see you, DeMarco. M, welcome back
Yes.
to you. Roars to you. Buenos dias, Jorge.
Buenos dias.
Talked to Jorge a little bit over the break. But yeah, it was. There was a couple of days that kind of just went by real quick.
You mean like one day blurring into the next?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my
Good for
gosh.
you.
We went from Christmas Day, which got to spend with my mom and dad
Yeah.
and my Aunt Maureen and my whole family. And then we took that day and went to Sue's mom and her sister's family. And so we got to spend all that. We had started with mimosas and micheladas and ended with wine, and that was a full, long day. And then we immediately rolled that into the next day. I took my son for a round of golf for his birthday, DeMarco.
More drinks. More drinks.
Wow.
How old is he?
He's 24.
More drinks.
Yeah.
And more and
Yeah.
more and more.
And we went with my good buddy Darbo and his son, who's 21 or 2, something like that.
Darbo?
That's his nickname. We call him Darbo.
Okay, you got some
And-
cool names.
Yeah, and we got G-Fish and Darbo.
G-Fish
We got
and
a lot
Darbo.
going on.
Yeah, tag
and
team.
we Darbo and I like to have a few when we play golf. So that day's gone, but
Good
I
for
had a
you.
great time. And,
Nice.
And here we went to the Rose Bowl, which actually was pretty chill, but a lot of eating, a lot of beers along
Yeah,
the way.
pretty chill.
Yeah.
That was a butt kicking.
No. The game was dog water.
You
it
mean
was
just the event
the event
itself?
because it was.
Okay.
Those things can be exciting. They can be tense. This was they're going to get run over. This is over.
Yeah, you're watching a bloodletting.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
How about you? How was your? I know you worked most of the time.
We had the Christmas break off. Yeah, I mean, I had to come in and let Laura and Jorge tell me we're off the next day because I had no idea. One day was just blurring into the next, but not because of alcohol, just because being tired.
Just because you don't keep a calendar?
I don't. That's my resolution for this year.
Is it really?
I'm going to keep an actual calendar in front, so I know.
Why have you not kept a calendar previously?
Because the gray matter has been working.
Oh, okay. Is it slipping?
It's not really. I guess so. I guess there's some things that are in there, and some things are getting kicked out.
But calendars help, especially with a child, so to get kicked off with their schedule too.
But we're going to do the official paper calendar. On the wall,
you're going analog,
and it's going to be huge, where everybody can see what we're doing and
color coded.
Yes, so I know. You know what really kicked my?
You can
butt?
put your calendar on this.
But I need them to see it too, so they can remind me.
Share it with them.
Hell no. That means they're in my phone.
No, it's not. It means they're in your calendar.
I don't want
you share the calendar. No, you share
just
the
share
calendar.
the calendar.
No, we're just going to do this on the kitchen table. We're going to do a calendar the old school way.
Yeah,
no. We're not doing that.
It does help to physically write it down because I feel like that, to me, keeps it more in my memory too.
Exactly.
Which is nice.
But you have to type it into your phone.
No, I need to write it.
It's not the same.
It's not the same?
Well, I mean, Travis, you do this. You write down your notes on your pad and paper. Is it different than typing up on a computer?
There you go. See?
Yes, fair.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it is.
I need to write it. It burns into my memory. Now I know. But the New York trip kicked my butt more than I knew.
Oh, just the cold or just the back and forth?
It took me about 2. I'm starting to feel normal now. So we're on the
Take
same
you a while
energy level.
To thaw out a little bit?
Bruh, it really kicked my butt coming back to a short week Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Then a Saturday game. That was rough. That was rough.
Time change or just the weather?
You're not there long enough for the time change. They're just in and out so quick.
That's right.
But the time change for us sucked.
Okay.
Because we lost that sleep.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
get up
true.
And it just
That's
sucked.
true.
So, yeah, we're together. I'm back. We're back. Yeah.
I'm thrilled to be. You got kind of like a high school history teacher look going on today.
This is a Christmas present. What do you think?
It looks nice.
I like it.
It's very sophisticated. It's very not quite formal, but not casual either.
Okay.
Yeah, it's halfway. What's semi-casual, something like that.
So when they found out there's a YouTube component, this is my family. All of a sudden, I started getting like Christmas presents like clothes. Yeah,
elevated casual.
Are you trying to tell me something?
No, you look nice.
Okay,
you look like you.
Did I not look nice before?
You look like you had just come from the gym before.
That's what they said.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
Now, look, coming from the gym is a good thing, but it's a specific look.
Right. It's me. Okay, but this is new me now.
No, you look like, all right, class, listen up. Let's get back to the Revolutionary War.
Maestro Farr.
How about now?
Oh, no, put it back on. That's Professor Farr.
This is
Mr. Farr. Professor Farr for at university.
Yeah.
Mr. Farr for in high school. This is just DeMarco.
There you go. How about that? Let me get that.
And isn't that the nice thing about losing weight, looking better, is getting new clothes? It's nice.
Is that working? There you go.
Is that the look that you shoot across the room when you're feeling good about yourself?
Yes, that's it right there. I love it. Yes.
Yeah. You had a good break, Em?
Oh, it was lovely.
You were
I was
on the road?
I was in New York the week before the Rams were. So I was there for about 5 days.
Were you there when it was hot or when it was cold?
When it was hot.
Okay.
It was very hot in New York. I was like sweating. It was kind of crazy. I was in Brooklyn mostly, bopped around a bit in the city, did a lot of fun things, visited my friends. It was really nice because it was my college friends for like a week.
Nice.
And I was home for 2 weeks, which is a lot of time to be home. So I feel like I turned back into my teenage self.
Going home when you're a young adult like Emily is complicated because you're not a kid. But you kind of fall into some pattern, and they treat you like one. I'm
trying to get better.
Yeah.
And I have a daughter. I'm trying to get better.
She's 24,
She's
5?
23, about to be 24 in 5 days. She'll be 24.
Oh, so her and Bobby are almost exactly the same age.
Same thing. I'm trying to be better at that.
It's hard.
And she's got one way when she's with her friends. When she comes home, I expect this.
She's a woman.
Yeah. She's not a little girl anymore. I get it. I get it.
My house has also tripled in animals since I used to live there. So now we had tripled 3 cats and a dog at my house when I was there.
You have 9 cats and 3 dogs?
And I'm allergic to no. When I was here, we had 3 cats and 1 dog. Before, when I was home, when I lived at home, I had 1 dog.
It's too many.
And I'm also allergic to all of them.
Well, she said triple. I can multiply 3 by 3.
Dang. Okay.
I went from 0 cats, I guess if you times it, it's 0. Yeah. But I had no cats when I was home, and then I had 3 cats when I was home. I'm allergic to all of them. So that's always fun. For Christmas opening, we open up.
Really?
I think I want a cat. I think I'm ready for a cat.
You don't strike me as a cat person.
I had a cat in college named Morticia.
A lot of stuff going on in college.
She went into heat.
Morticia, like from the Addams Family?
From the all black cat.
Oh, okay.
She went into heat. I had no idea, and she jumped off the balcony. Never saw her again.
Oh,
so it was really
that's unfortunate.
It was really weird. But I think I'm ready for a cat. My daughter has a few cats. Do you like cats? No.
No,
I'm not a cat person.
No cats.
The TV's in the same place though, right? The TV's in that corner up there.
Emily's TV.
Emily's
too
TV.
high.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and the thing is too. Okay, so my dad has a vision, and I love you, Dad. He has a vision for our household, which does not always align with everyone else's in terms of the design of the household. So the reason why he decided
it's his house, right? You're in his mom's house.
Yes, of course.
So with the dad here.
And so
I don't like the way that
I didn't
started.
even hear the story.
I'm like, hold on
I'm
a
with the
second.
dad.
He and your mom pay the mortgage. They can do it however they want.
I don't think, but okay. My mom is not on board. So that's the whole thing. It's an issue between the two of them. And so the TV placement is so that my dad can cook and watch TV at the same time.
Makes sense.
It's why he puts it in the corner of that living room.
Does your dad do the majority of the cooking in the household?
Yes, which is why it's not in the center, which is what actually looks good.
I agree.
When you have anything. And then
Team
also,
Rob on this one.
Yes.
He has now instituted a jungle in our house.
A jungle?
Because, let me explain. I
Okay.
forgot to take a picture of it. I should take a picture of it. And so usually we have a staircase that goes up to the top level of our house, and it's like wood staircase leading up. And it used to be empty of plants. Now there is about 10 to 15 plants
A plant on each
that
step?
are hung indoors.
It's a lot of plants.
And the cats would eat them and like all that stuff, which is fun. And then my dad would tend to the plants every night, which is again his prerogative, and it's his home, like you said. But it's a lot of plants going on at one time. So yeah,
he's got a green thumb and he likes a high TV. I'm okay with
he cooks. Yes.
And then my sister's now fiance. His gift was to
Felicidades.
to help hang some more stuff in terms of TVs.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, you did.
Yes. Now I have a future brother-in-law.
There you go.
Oh.
You don't have to say it like that.
What's his name?
Yeah.
His name is Dan.
What up, Dan?
Way to go, Dan.
What up, Dan?
Now
Yes, sir.
now we have a boy. No, boo.
No, get used to it. Get
Wow.
used to it. Jorge, you had a good break?
Yeah, we evolved actually.
Oh.
According to Laura, if you listen to Michael Bublé, you evolve.
Oh, so you listened to some Bublé?
Yeah, because we evolved
now.
now.
My God, don't start that.
Oh,
Don't
come on.
Travis,
you were part of that.
You missed all of that.
Well,
brother.
I got a week of it.
Did you?
I got
Bickersons?
the last week of the first week of the Bickersons I was here for.
Bro, it went to level like DEFCON 1.
It kept escalating?
My God, Greg
Okay,
had to come in here.
So at some point, we're talking about YouTube and whatever, and I said if YouTube, if you're like Laura and YouTube teaches you how to cook, and then she right away took it into wait. Let me set the record straight. My mama taught me how. Don't disrespect. I'm like, nobody mentioned your mom.
But
Like,
also,
we're talking
YouTube
about
can help you
YouTube.
cook. It's a helpful tool.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, my mama this, my mama that. I'm like,
Watch
no,
it,
personal.
As he's talking, right? He can't see her, but we can. She is just
Steam out the ears.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I missed you guys.
Real quick, why do you want a cat?
A cat?
Yeah, why not get a dog? If you're you're a
pet.
dog person.
I want a pet, and we just went through the circle of life with our dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking my daughter, the little one, wants a pet.
Okay.
She wants a dog. I'm not ready for a dog.
What
I'm
about
thinking
aquarium?
cat. Nah, she wants something she can hold, pet,
Something
take
furry and
care
soft.
Of. Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe cat. Maybe
cockatiel.
maybe. But cats live with
Cats
you.
Are,
live with cats. They don't live
right.
with you.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Cats are aloof. Cats kind of decide when they'll give you some affection. Like a dog is unconditional love.
This is true.
Right.
Yeah,
a cat's like whatever. Dogs are like
And you
I'm
can't
not
train
really
a cat.
excited
She
to
see
see
you.
a dog. I don't want to hold that up, so maybe I'll settle for a cat. But I don't know. We'll see.
Dog.
We'll see.
I vote dog. If that, I know that doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
I
If I
raised
do,
my
I'm
hand
going
for dog.
small dog this time.
Yeah.
Usually I have
What
the big
would you have
breeds.
before?
We had a mutt. He was a lab pit mix. He
Oh,
was
it's a big dog.
160 pounds.
Oh my God!
And that was the small dog.
160-pound dog.
Big dog. Big
How big is
paw.
your yard?
It's big enough.
How big is your shovel?
It was bigger in Missouri. Bigger in Missouri, smaller here, but he loved it.
Who cleans up after the dog?
I do.
Ooh.
Strangely, I do. It's your dog, but I keep cleaning up after.
Well, that's
it.
the way it goes.
That's
It
right.
is a Michelob
Yes.
Ultra Reaction Monday, thanks to Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Rams will play on Wild Card Monday Night Football against the Vikings 1 week from tonight.
Come on.
At SoFi.
Come on here, Sam.
We're going to be talking about it all day long. You're home
Yes.
for Rams football, 710 ESPN. In fact, Let's talk about it. Vikings at SoFi again on Monday. That's next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Hey everyone, this is Ramona Shelburne. Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles isn't just a...
Recycle.
Next Gen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen, the absolute best in the biz, with thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. Looking for game-changing deals on your home? Call Next Gen. Right now, ESPN LA listeners can book a drain cleaning for just $88. That's right. For just $88, you can keep your plumbing in top shape and ensure that you're game day ready. So don't miss out. Call 833-3NEXGEN today to take advantage of this limited time offer. NextGen is the name you can trust for home comfort and reliability. That's 833-3NEXGEN. 833-3NEXTGEN, or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com to schedule your $88 drain cleaning appointment today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
It's the new year. Time to make a positive change in your life.
I went to My Computer Career because I needed job security.
Because I wanted a career in cybersecurity.
I went to My Computer Career because IT jobs are everywhere.
My old job was going nowhere.
I went because I didn't want college loans for the rest of my life.
Because I wanted a career for the rest of my life.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. 529 college savings plans accepted. Not available in Washington State.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
4 seed, DeMarco.
Huh?
The Rams are the 4 seed.
4 seed, yes. Kind of what we figured, right?
Well,
when you decided to not play the starters.
Well, they had a chance to win that game yesterday.
5 points.
Yeah, they were. That was. Oddly, it was kind of an interesting, fun game to watch, even though the stakes were weird.
It was fun.
Do you have any? Clearly, Sean McVay's philosophy was we're going to have to play a good team no matter what. I would rather be as healthy as possible going into the playoffs. If we beat Seattle with our backup guys, great. We'll be the 3. We'll play Washington. Yeah. If not, we'll take on the loser of the Sunday night game.
Right
Turns
choice.
out to be. You think it's the right choice?
It is the right choice. It's the smart choice. You want to go in healthy versus anybody. Take 1 through 4 of those teams you could play: Washington, Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
Well,
they all give you problems for various reasons, and vice versa.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. Here's my argument to the contrary. Of those 4 teams, I think the softest touch of those 4 is Washington.
Okay, I keep hearing that, and it's because of the rest of their roster. You know what scares me most about Washington is their quarterback.
Okay.
What has given the Rams fits
Mobile
all year?
quarterbacks.
Mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That kid is having a fantastic season. That's the last thing I want to see.
I do not want to throw.
Do or die.
I'm with you. But it's a rookie quarterback in his first ever playoff game going up against a bunch of guys with gray in their beard, going up against a Sean McVay-led team. I'll take my chances with that.
The defense is just as young as he is.
I understand, but the coach isn't, and your quarterback isn't, and your best players on offense are not necessarily there. I like Jaden Daniels too.
Yeah.
I think he's a terrific player.
I didn't want to see him.
Let
me take that back. I mean, if of all the choices, I'd rather have a guy that doesn't move.
If you gave me the 4 choices that you just mentioned, Washington would have been my first choice. And
Really?
I'm not saying it's by a mile, but I'm saying if I'm picking between the 4.
Yeah.
Now, the good news is my second choice would have been Minnesota.
Minnesota would be
Minnesota
top
would be
of the
my
heap.
second choice because Sam Darnold isn't particularly mobile. That's not what he's known for. And we saw the version of Sam Darnold last night that made you go, okay.
No, that was the worst version of Sam Darnold.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. The version of Sam Darnold that makes you think, hey, we can beat that team.
And
now you already beat him.
I could not believe. Why would you go away from Justin Jefferson in the red zone? Why would you go away from him until it's 4th down and you got to jam the ball to him? That was dumb. And then even when you had him open, Sam Darnold couldn't hit him.
Yeah, Darnold had a bad night.
They're going to fix that come Monday. You know this.
Can the Rams put the same amount of pressure on Darnold that Detroit? Because Detroit gave Darnold fits. Darnold looked last night like the player that I think a lot of NFL fans have been waiting to see all season long. Like the guy that we saw in New York, the guy you saw in Carolina, the guy that's a little skittish, the guy that isn't terribly accurate. And he'd had a great season, and he can have a great night against the Rams on Monday night. But that was like, oh, yeah, there's that Darnold.
He
went 18 for 41.
Yeah, he didn't look good, especially when it mattered most. So here's the thing about Minnesota, and just be careful with, they're done, they're toast, and Sam Darnold's not blankety blank.
I'm not saying that.
Just be careful because they got to the red zone 4 times on Detroit. 4 times and came away with 3 points. So
that's kind of how the Rams roll, though,
You're
DeMarco,
discounting them getting down there. They just couldn't score. This is a good football team, but this is the team I would love to match up with in the postseason because
There'd be your first pick?
You know the offense. Absolutely.
Okay.
You know the offense. You know most of their checks. I think you match up well defensively with them. So depending on what Matthew Stafford and the offense gives you, this is the best of all possible worlds. The other thing, purely from a vanity standpoint, I wanted Detroit to come through here.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Just to give it back to them what they gave to us up there.
I hear you. I feel you. And right up until the point of I think they're the best team in this half of the draw.
They look good.
They look really good. And
I would love it.
I know you got to beat them eventually if you're going to go to the Super Bowl, but I would rather postpone that as long as possible.
I would rather have it week 1 of the playoffs. Let's get into it. And I would say L.A. be L.A. Give it to them as bad as they gave it to us going up there. Make this place a pit of hell for them.
It's not how we roll.
Jared doesn't move.
Yeah.
They're a good offense. They got a lot of weapons, but they played 2 games, and it's been close twice.
Yep.
They're due. This might have been the one. So Minnesota, the only thing I'm afraid of is they're going to fix their problems come Monday. They had a lot of good stuff happen, and they had a lot of bad. And
They're also banged up.
They are banged up, but it came to them losing.
They're 14-3.
They're a good football team, and they're going to fix everything that ails them come Monday.
They're 14-3 with 1 loss to the Rams.
I understand that. And the Rams played, if it wasn't their best game of the season, it was their second best game of the season.
Offensively.
Yeah, with Buffalo and Minnesota. I think the Minnesota game was their most complete game of the season, where they played their best football on both sides collectively.
Yeah.
But they're a 14-3 team.
And a block punt.
Yeah, and a block punt.
Yeah.
You don't go 14-3 in the NFL by being lucky. By
being good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to be a really, not even really good, an extremely good team to win 14 football games in 17 tries, and that's your wild card opponent. That is a tough assignment.
Big time. Careful what you wish for. Everybody's happy they got Minnesota, but look, you said this is a 14-win football team coming to town. So I think the Rams did the right thing by resting Matthew Stafford in particular. He needed a week off just to recharge and get himself ready to go because you're going to need the best of him to beat Minnesota. The best thing about their defense coming here is they don't have the benefit of that crowd noise.
Yeah.
It'll be dead silent here, hopefully. So you'll have a chance to move the rock.
It'll be interesting. Minnesota travels a little bit, but not like some of those other teams we've seen. They'll have fans because
if you locked up with Green Bay, good Lord.
Green Bay, I even think Detroit would have come out in numbers. There are a lot of Michigander transplants here.
Yeah.
I think they come out in pretty good numbers. Minnesota will have people, but I don't think
really
that's
nice. They'll all be very polite.
Very polite. They're very polite.
Sure. Really?
But, I don't really worry about that being a huge factor.
No.
I think the Rams will be all right. I worry about the offense. I think this team will go as far as the defense can take them because the Buffalo game, they went off, right?
Yeah.
Since then, the offense has been really quiet.
Well, look.
Really quiet.
So Havenstein got the week off. He needed it.
Yeah.
Alaric Jackson got the week off. He needed it. So Matthew Stafford got the week off. If
Puka
anything
and Cup,
proves that Sean McVay and this team did the right thing by resting their starters, look at Blake Corum.
Yeah, it sucks.
Anything can happen. Just one little, and he ran the guy over and broke his arm. So anything could happen. Smart deal. Have your guys ready for the postseason when it matters most. Not in a game.
Is that a big deal with Corum? I mean, obviously, it sucks for him, and it's a bummer that a guy that had a pretty nice rookie season. They didn't use him a ton, but he was an important part of what they did. He was the backup running back.
It only
spelled
matters
Kyren.
if something happens to Kyren.
Yeah.
It only matters if Kyren gets banged up in the playoff game because you're going to Ronnie Rivers, who had a pretty good game.
He was good yesterday.
He had a pretty good game,
but there's a drop off there from Williams to Rivers.
He's the third back for a reason.
Yeah.
Corum is the backup for a reason. Now he's not going to be there. So that should have been your cautionary tale. That could have been Kyren Williams, and then where are you? That could have been Matthew Stafford, and then where are you? So I think the smart thing was protect your starters, get them ready for the next week.
I don't. If you could just say pick,
and you almost beat him anyway.
Yeah. If you just said pick who you want to play, I would have picked Washington. But I don't hate the fact that they did what they did. I'm 100% fine with it because Sean McVay is 100% fine with it.
Yeah.
And I will ride with that guy 100 times out of 100. If he thinks that's the right decision, I'm on his side. Even if I strongly thought that you should, go out there, get that 3, play Washington. If that was the part where I want to dig my foot in, I'd still, in the back of my mind, saying, look, Sean McVay knows what he's doing. Don't second-guess this too much. And that we're going to play a good team no matter what.
Yeah.
We're going to be as healthy as possible. It's hard to argue the contrary.
See, this is why I don't want Washington. I want that front, especially Braden Fisk versus Kobe Turner, Brian Young. I want those guys dialing in on one target, not one that moves.
Yeah.
I don't want them taking smoke off their rush because, like you said, if this is going to be a defensive-led football team.
It is, right? Am I wrong about that?
Well, hopefully. It can be. It got you here. I don't think it's going to win a playoff game. The offense is going to have to score. That's why I think it was smart to take the week off. You need to retool there. You can only
retool as in just freshen up, or retool as in schematically?
Rest. I think you've gone as far as you can go. You have beat that horse as much as you can. It's
done running, no matter how hard you hit it.
It needs to rest a little bit.
Yeah.
But this offense needs to take a giant step forward in the postseason. But like I said, the last thing you want is some mobile quarterback dancing around, getting out a third and a mile.
You're selling me on it. You're selling me on it. Okay.
I want those dudes dialing in, getting after people, not worrying about guys
I
scrambling.
don't love what you just said. That part you've sold me on. The other part, I don't love it because I think you might be right.
What?
That they can't win a game based on their defense.
No.
That if they're going to win playoff games, they're going to have to do it offensively.
You're facing the elites.
Look, their offense has had some moments. One of those moments was against Minnesota. One of them was against Buffalo. But quite honestly, the offense has been hit and miss for huge portions of the season.
I need Cooper Kupp to show up there. Puka Nacua is doing his job.
He's been terrific.
I need Cooper Kupp to show up. Tyler Higbee's rounding into form. Kyren Williams is a Pro Bowl snub, in my opinion. So is Kevin Dotson. So there's a lot of pieces of this offense that have been playing well. The one guy that hasn't been around that we can't talk about is Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
He has got to balance out this offense.
Where's he been?
I think that might be a function of Stafford. That's what I mean. He's got to be able to find him more. The only guy he vibes with
that was
right
the guy
now,
that he found more than anybody for years.
The only guy he vibes with now is Puka.
What changed?
It happens with quarterbacks. I saw this with Isaac and Torrey. All of a sudden, Kurt started looking Torrey's way instead of Isaac. It's just one of those things.
Is it something that the defense is doing?
When it all breaks down, you just have a sixth sense of where this guy's going to be. You can feel where he's going, and I can't feel you, so I'm not even looking that way. That's the thing. So that part of the offense, that trust in Cooper Kupp, has to be there for this offense to take off.
What's the number? What's the number they got to get to?
30. At least 30. At least 30. At least, and that could happen. That could possibly happen.
I hate that number. I was hoping you'd say 24.
30. You're going to need 30.
Look, if they score 30, they're going to win. That's what they scored against them the first time, 30-20.
Not all touchdowns. I'll take some Cardi field goals, and that was a great game for him. Confidence boost going in.
It was a great game for him. You mentioned somebody that I think is the most important person on the entire team. We'll do that coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. So you got some New Year's resolutions, right? You got some stuff that you want to make. You know what? I'm going to get organized this year. I'm going to find ways to make sure that I can kind of eliminate some of those distractions. How about your car, right? Is it time for service on your car? Get the new year started off right. Head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Because for 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you and me. Hey, we're off and running in the new year, right? you got 15 minutes. And that's how long it's going to take at Valvoline. You pull up, you pull in, you drive out, all in about 15 minutes while an expert crew goes to work on your car, making sure that it's running at its absolute best. You don't even have to get out. That's how quick it is. You just sit right there, nice and relaxed, nice and safe, while the expert technicians take care of your ride and make sure it's at its absolute best. Oil changes, tire rotations, transmission care, wipers if it ever rains again, and a whole lot more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. And there are 80 locations around Southern California ready to get your ride ready for the road in no time. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for one of those 80 locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
The most fun.
U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
We've got our first event of the 2025 season, DeMarco. This Friday, the first 710 event of 2025. It's going down at Islands in Manhattan Beach, an all-day live broadcast and Wild Card Football Friday party. It is starting with our show at 9 a.m., Mason and Ireland right after that, Sedano and Cap at 3. We'll all be doing our shows live and in person with huge giveaways. That's Islands in Manhattan Beach, 3200 North Sepulveda Boulevard. We will see you Friday. That's kind of a home game for you.
Been there a million times to that Islands, Love Islands. They have a great Impossible Burger.
Oh, I was just going to ask you, do you have a go-to order there?
And the bartenders really put their foot on it.
Oh.
They really do. They know what they're doing. They want to keep you in the building.
North Shore Tacos is my go-to.
Yeah?
It's a great soft taco. It's not like a super authentic taco, but it's delicious.
At Islands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've never had the taco.
It's chicken soft tacos. It's not a white people taco, but it's in that neighborhood. It lives in their neighborhood.
We need to rename this.
Yeah, but it's delicious.
Yes.
I really like it.
We need to rename this. Okay, American tacos.
Why?
How about that?
Come on, what's wrong with white
American
people?
tacos.
No, it's white people tacos.
There you go.
You can
Anyway,
swim upstream. You want all on that one. They're white people
they're
tacos.
my tacos. Damn it.
Well, you can eat white people tacos.
No.
I can eat soul food.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
he got you there. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. You can eat soul food.
Yeah.
You can't make soul food.
No.
Right.
I mean, I
there you
can
go.
try.
I don't make white people tacos.
Yes, you
I
do.
make my tacos.
Well, you're not
I didn't know they were called white people tacos until I came here.
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
do.
American
Yes, you do.
tacos. Anyway.
And the best part about Islands, the beer.
Oh, see?
Ice
You know what I'm
cold.
talking about? It's so cold.
Ice cold.
It's nice.
They give you that glass mug that's been in the freezer.
Served perfectly.
And it's so cold, DeMarco,
Yes.
that you know how the bottom of the glass has that little indentation?
Yes.
There's a piece of ice that
It's
forms in there, and it
perfect.
finally drops out onto the bar. It's just
I am
delicious.
center stage at the bar, right
Can't
in front
wait.
of the TV. I got both TVs. I'm happy.
Can't
Yes.
wait. Here's Dan Campbell last night to the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, Kevin O'Connell, after the Vikings put it, or I should say the Lions put it on him 31-9.
Might see him in 2 weeks.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
I see you, Dan. Yes, sir. He's the dude that starts the bar fight.
Yeah,
he
well, he
is
might
that
finish the
guy
bar fight,
that
too.
Starts. Have you seen what was that movie? Take This Job and Shove It.
Not in a million years.
When they were
but
playing
yes.
football in the bar with a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah.
He's that guy. So, I mean, look, I don't think he meant anything beyond, hey, good game, coach.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a good football team.
Okay.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks. I don't think that was a shot towards L.A.
I'll agree.
I don't think he thought that far.
I don't think he thinks that far about a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying, yes.
I don't think he is a three-dimensional chess guy. I think he's a what's in front of me, and I'm going to deal with that right now.
I think he's a chess guy. When he's losing, he just knocks the pieces off and starts fighting. That's the type of guy he is.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think he meant it disrespectfully to the Rams, to Sean McVay, to Matthew Stafford, any of those guys. Doesn't mean they can't take it disrespectfully.
No, but he's that dude. Even if you did take it disrespectfully, good. So what? I don't care. I want to start a fight with you.
You know me. I don't respond to bulletin board. Like, it's just not my style of inspiration. That's not where I live and breathe. That one, like, if I heard somebody say that about me, I'd be like, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it's one of the few that kind of went, oh, you think I'm that big of a walkover, that these guys are just going to walk over us and they're going to be right back here doing this again? That would be one that would say, I'm going to have a little something because you don't think I have it.
See, I saw what Sean McVay said post-game. Like, look, we respect all, fear none.
Yeah.
And he was talking about those two. And he mentioned something about a 14 and whatever team coming here after a loss.
14-win team.
Whoever gets here is getting their butt kicked. That's what he told his football team. So I'm sure if you would have had a mic on Sean, he would have had bulletin board material for somebody else. So I don't care. But who would you take in a fight? McVay or Dan Campbell?
Oh, Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's like 6'7".
I'm not sure. But you're going to be missing an eye or something.
Look, I'm
or
not
an
always
ear.
saying the bigger dog is going to win, but when both of the dogs are crazy and the bigger dog
You're
is
taking the
also
bigger,
crazy,
crazier
I'm
dog.
going to take that dog.
But somebody's going to be like missing body parts. Yeah.
The winning dog will leave badly injured,
Yeah.
but it's the one that's leaving. The other one's going to be in the pen.
Dan had a
still.
pro career, right?
Yeah.
And he's what, close to 50?
Yeah.
So I know that body's falling apart. So I may take Sean in this fight.
How tall is Sean? 5'10"?
Maybe.
How tall is Dan?
He's a big dude.
6'7"?
Big, strong dude.
Dan does not look like he's skipping the
Some
gym
dudes
very
can
often.
fight out of their weight class. I'm taking Sean in this fight.
They can't fight 9 weight divisions
Hey,
up.
what about a
Look?
what
If you've got light heavy against heavy, I'm with you. But you've got like a super heavy against a middleweight.
I'm taking Sean. Floating
Okay.
the jab, moving around, making that knee go out. That back's going to hurt. The hip
He's
hurts.
going to, speaking of anniversaries, he's going to have to Harding this thing if he's coming in there. He's got to come in with a weapon.
If Sean can run, I take Sean.
There you go. Hit him in the hip. I know
this is
Dan's
a
got
fight,
bad hips.
if this is a fight of strategy and
not
tactics,
the phone booth.
Okay,
I'm talking on the field. You got 53 yards by 100.
Okay, that's yeah. Okay, I'm still taking Dan because once the big guy gets a hold of the little guy, that's kind of the end of that thing.
But the crux of it is they both have fire. They're both talking to their team in a specific way. They're getting their team fired up and ready for the next step. And also to Minnesota. They're going to regroup. They're going to come back. They're a 14-win football team. Anybody coming through L.A. is going to be a tough out for the Rams. I think that's what he was saying to the coach that just lost.
I agree with that. I just wonder if Minnesota isn't in that spot where – because we've seen it before. It doesn't happen a lot. And I'm kind of contradicting myself what I said a segment or two ago, that – you don't win 14 games in this league on accident. You have to be really good.
Luck.
Not
They're
by
good.
luck. They are good. And I'm not saying they're not good, but they also feel like that team, and we see it occasionally, that wins a bunch of games during the regular season, and if they get knocked out early, you're not shocked.
This would be one of them.
They feel like, for instance, if the Lions lost last night and came in and they were out in the first round, you'd be like, wow, that really surprised me. Philadelphia, they've
been on the radar.
They've been on the radar.
Like
Minnesota, and they're playing, and I know he's been the starter, but they're playing a backup quarterback. He was there as an insurance policy.
How many wins did you have them pegged for?
With Sam Darnold? 8, 9?
Right.
Yeah,
and here they are.
Yeah.
That's why. I totally agree with that.
But they let good teams back in games, too. They leave the door open often.
Yeah. But they feel, vulnerable is a bridge too far, but they feel gettable. They feel like, and especially after
for this team.
getting smacked around like they did yesterday. I agree with you. They're going to fix it. But this could be one of these, the wheels have wobbled a little bit, and now the Rams have a chance to knock the wheels off completely.
Oh, no doubt.
Like kind of get up on them. And that game that they played with them in Week 7, where they beat them 30-20, it was the one game where the Rams were highly competent in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Minnesota got the ball, touchdown.
So was
Rams get
Darnold.
it back, touchdown.
Yeah.
Darnold gets it back, touchdown. Rams get it back, the answer, touchdown again. The first 4 possessions of that game all ended in touchdowns. The Rams have been really sluggish in the first quarter most of the season. And they were
What's beyond sluggish?
bad.
Yeah.
Real
Stagnant,
bad.
Not moving.
Stagnant.
Yeah.
Stagnant's great.
Not moving.
And they weren't against Minnesota. So if they can find that same groove early like they did,
I still say
I think
you
they
have
can
the
get
better
them on the
quarterback.
run.
I still think you have the better quarterback. The more experienced
would anybody
guy.
argue otherwise?
Well, Sam was hot. Sam Darnold was hot in that game, but Matthew Stafford answered. He's got to be able to answer. And
If
I
you
still
ask
think,
32 head coaches, we're playing a game tomorrow.
You
You
take
can have
Stafford.
Darnold or Stafford as
They
your
take
quarterback.
Stafford.
32 guys are taking
I mean,
Stafford.
Darnold has better weapons.
Yes.
I would take Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson over both the wide receivers for the Rams.
And their coach was here as a subordinate to McVay.
Yeah.
So we have the edge in coaching as well, and we're
I
going
think
to be
so.
at home.
I think you got the edge
So
of
this-
coaching against just about anybody.
Just about outside of Andy Reid and a few other coaches,
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to outthink you, but and outcoach the way he's leaned into this defensive side of the field thing. Most coaches can't do that.
Explain.
Leaning into we're going to win on defense
Mm-hmm.
when you can hear it. Hey, our defense is playing great. We're going to lean into it. We're going to punt a little bit more. We trust our defense.
I see.
Leaning into that. Some coaches try to fit that square peg into the round hole, and you turn the ball over 1,000 times, and you don't even give your defense a chance. You know who does that? Arizona. Arizona does that. Kyler Murray put that defense on the field way too many times. They're better than you think. They were just trying to defend a turnover machine.
You don't like Kyler Murray. I
don't
that.
like offenses that do that.
No, I
Especially
don't
when
mean
we're
you don't
good
like
on this side.
I'm not saying you don't like Kyler Murray, the human being.
Yeah.
I'm saying you don't like Kyler Murray, the quarterback.
I don't like quarterbacks that turn the ball over.
Yeah.
I can't stand that, and you keep putting the defense out there, or coaches that keep calling dumb stuff. Just bonehead stuff. You've got a good defense. They can't move the ball. Punt and play D.
We can get into this coming up
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock, and we will. We've gone through kind of some different iterations of this. The first one was the Rams window goes as Aaron Donald goes. As long as you got AD, you got a chance. And then we saw Aaron Donald leave this year, and they're still kind of in it. And then it was Matthew Stafford is the window. Okay, and that may be true. The window is Sean McVay. That as long as you have Sean McVay,
And less need.
And
less need.
I'm kind of talking about it as a collective, but and again, I don't want to say anything bad about Les.
Yeah.
Look, Les was here before Sean. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
And Sean showed up, and they've made the playoffs 6 times in 9 seasons.
You go from
8
F them
seasons.
picks,
Yeah.
that's less, to let's draft and develop. You get
Yep.
Fisk and Verse. Les.
Les gets a ton of credit. I'm not saying that, but I think Sean is the keystone of this thing.
Oh, no doubt. 100%.
I think that he's the guy that if he's in the – and it's not just call this play in this situation. We'll get into this coming up in a little bit because I think it's a longer conversation than this. But it's the culture that he's been able to build.
Yeah.
It's not just, hey, go for it, don't go for it. Throw it, run. It's we're going to change the way we go about this because they're a different team than they were before he got there. But coming up next – it is our best of. Call in right now, 877-710-3776. That's 877-710-ESPN. Give us your best of the NFL weekend, and you've got a chance at a weekend getaway at Fantasy Springs Casino. That's a 2-night stay. Golf or bowling for 2, plus dinner for 2 as well. That's next.
Is that me?
No, that's it.
Come on, man.
Am I doing that?
How would you
that
be
was
doing
you.
that?
That was
I
you.
don't know, because I
you
was
did
just
it.
doing something
Stay,
on my phone.
Wait, far. Knock it off. Stop dialing your phone. That's next on Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Turn your phone down.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search
Out of place. Like, how did I get into this house?
Well, if you don't know how to use Netflix on your computer, then you shouldn't belong in that house.
So I can get Netflix on my computer too?
Yeah, it's an app.
Have you been under the impression that the only way you could ever watch Netflix is your TV in your house?
I'll be honest. Yes.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
With over 20 clinics in the greater LA area, Game Day Men's Health helps optimize your health with testosterone therapy, ED treatment, and more. Text ESPN 710 to 406-426-3329 to find a clinic near you and schedule your complimentary testosterone test and consultation.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Time out. Your body goals don't have an off season. GNC is ready to help you get a stronger start on the new year with help building more muscle and proven weight loss support. Need a boost? We're ready with GNC vitamins for your longest winter days. Want the best energy drinks? They're at GNC. Never tried creatine before? Get ready to be amazed. GNC coaches are ready to help you in stores everywhere, and you can shop our full collection of flavors and online exclusives at GNC.com. GNC, live well.
And it is the Travis and DeMarco Show, right here on 710 ESPN, a Monday edition, which means Fantasy Springs Resort Casino is going to help us with the best of the football weekend.
Best of the football weekend.
Let's get his thoughts, the Rams Super Bowl champion, DeMarco Farr, with his best of the football weekend right now.
Could have been anything, right? I wanted it to be Jimmy Garoppolo.
I thought he was all right.
He was all right. He was Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, he was same.
He is exactly what I think the best case scenario for a backup quarterback.
Yes, exactly. I was
Didn't
hoping
really
to see,
capitalize on the game-winning drive,
No.
just like in the Super Bowl, right, Jorge?
I was hoping to see starter version of Jimmy Garoppolo. Maybe that doesn't exist anymore.
It was a while ago.
But, I mean, good backup, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to my next best of the week, and that would be the Indianapolis Colts. Did you see that game by chance?
I did not get any Colts action on my
Jags
radar
fired,
yesterday.
but I'm a big Jonathan Taylor fan. 34 carries, $177.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Got me my fantasy league.
Really?
I won my league.
He took every single carry for the team.
Yesterday?
34 carries.
Holy
That's how many
smoke.
carries they had. So tell me bell cow backs don't exist.
Yeah.
They do. There's one in Indy right now. 5.2 yards a carry and a touchdown. Really helped support Joe Flacco. They got the victory. Like you said, got Peterson fired out of Jacksonville, but I think he did that before.
I was going to say, I think Dougie got himself fired.
Yeah.
What, 2 months ago?
I think so.
Yeah,
Walking Dead guy. But yes, Jonathan Taylor going off, definitely my best of the week.
All right, so my best of the week is I had a couple of different things that I could have chose from here. I nearly picked. I didn't want to pick something that kind of didn't hurt the Rams necessarily. I love Geno Smith made $6 million yesterday.
Yeah, good for him.
I love that Geno Smith hit 3 different $2 million incentives: completion percentage, yards, and wins.
Yes,
each worth $2 million. He hit all 3 yesterday. Good for Geno. I like seeing guys get paid. That's not what it was. The highlight of the weekend for me was, I don't even know what to call it, DeMarco. You tell me. That ridiculous, absurd, idiotic triple pass thing that the Jets tried and nearly got Devontae Adams killed in the process.
With Devontae Adams and Rodgers.
Yeah, Devontae Adams threw a pass, caught a pass. Aaron Rodgers threw a pass, caught a pass, and Devontae Adams took a shot at the end of that play. It's like, I get the Jets are out of it. I get they're a clown car of an organization, but Devontae Adams is a pretty valuable asset. You really want to get him smashed like that? That just seems so stupid to me.
It's deserving, I guess. If you kind of try to call that and do that, that was dumb. You know, that is a circus in New York, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Rex Ryan might be the perfect guy for that job.
He is a ringmaster extraordinaire.
Big time, right?
All he needs is the tall hat and the microphone, and he will be perfect.
Keep Rodgers. Come on. And then give him Hard Knocks. That would be great. Come on.
Look, for entertainment purposes, fantastic. Rex is probably going to get that job, by the way.
I started Enigma, by the way.
And?
It's not bad.
Okay. Not bad as in...
It's not going to make you like him.
No, I don't think it's supposed to.
Yeah. It's not going to make you like him. It might help you understand him.
Trick plays I love, except for a trick play like that. It's like somebody's going to get killed
when it's
on
stupid,
that trick play.
That's just dumb.
You believe it or not, you don't have 25 seconds to let a play develop in the NFL.
I'd be mad at Rodgers for throwing it back to me. You know the play's
throw it
dead.
away.
Yeah, throw it away, eat it, run it, slide.
All right, the best of the NFL weekend goes to James in Torrance. James, what was your best of the weekend?
Yes, the best of the weekend to me was Kansas City Chiefs getting blanked, but in NFL history, anybody else will be laughed at. They will not get laughed at because everybody knows what they can do. So them getting blanked like that, and it means nothing to anybody because they know where the Chiefs are going to end up. Thank you so much.
What's today's date? Today's the 6th, right? You guys came back. Okay, I'll say it. There's no way there's no way they three-peat.
You don't think so?
There's no way the Chiefs three-peat. That's impossible.
Counterpoint.
There's no way they three-peat. It's impossible.
Counterpoint.
Go ahead. Mahomes,
Patrick Mahomes and
Andy Reid. There's no way they three-peat. There's no way the Chiefs go 3 in a row. If they do, shut down the league.
If you held a gun to my head right now and said, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? I would pick the Baltimore Ravens.
Fair.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
I would pick the ball.
Yes.
The argument that I have no strong objection to overcome is, but they got Patrick Mahomes.
I would never pick against Mahomes.
You just said they're not going to win.
I would never pick, but there's no way in the world they three-peat this year. Come on.
I want to talk about that in a second. Congratulations to you, James. You won a weekend getaway at Fantasy Springs Casino, which includes 2 nights hotel stay, golf or bowling, plus dinner for 2 as well. I went bowling over the break.
How'd you do?
Terrible.
Yeah? Did you have fun?
I had a blast.
Good.
This is another one of those days where the drinking kind of started to
What did you score?
Over.
Did you break 100?
But yes, we bowled 3 games. I got over 100 all 3 times. But
aggregate or
no?
Oh, wait, that's not good.
No, I didn't bowl 30, 14, and 75.
Okay.
I got over.
So you
100
broke 100
3 times.
3 times. Okay.
So, I don't think I've told you. I used to be in a bowling league.
You can bowl too.
I a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not a good bowler, but I'm not a terrible.
You're
bowler.
like 9 feet tall. Though.
Yeah.
How do you get down there?
I was okay. I was in the bowling league when I was in my 20s, so this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I have my own ball. Okay?
Nice.
Okay. And I'm okay. or at least I used to be okay. We go bowling. It's me and my 3 children, my wife, and Bobby's girlfriend, Sarah. Okay? So there's 6 of us. And we got the 3 women on one lane, and we got the 3 boys on the second lane. We're right next to each other. So they're competing, we're competing. Susan got the high game in all 6 of us.
No way.
She bowled a 176 in a game.
Bowl.
Susan was on our bowling team.
Does she have the curve or
nope,
she's
straight
shot?
ahead?
Straight shot. Okay.
And she's strong, so she can throw the ball
Hitting
hard.
It right to the right
right
of
in
the
that,
pin.
just right in that
bang,
pin.
bang,
And
okay,
pop!
okay, gotcha.
So she's kind of got that going. Bobby won 2 of the 3 in the men's division.
He beat you.
And Michael won the other one.
You got smoked?
I got skunked, DeMarco.
Well done, Dad.
I got and you know what it was? There was a moment of both.
Were you trying to win?
Yes.
Okay. You were trying to win, and you couldn't.
It was both a moment of pride and a moment of deep, deep resignation.
See?
I was trying like hell to win, and I couldn't.
Be thankful you're a human. Because if you were a lion, they would eat you. See, right there. They would eat you or send you off to nowhere.
Now,
Nice.
I did drink the most Modelo's. I did win that competition.
You can't. That's no comp, though. Come on.
In
that's
bowling,
no
that usually helps.
That's no competition.
Pitchers,
that's awesome.
Pitchers
that's awesome.
or just straight up?
Pints.
Yeah. Good for you. I didn't know you could bowl. You know, I got a family of bowlers, too.
No, I did not know that.
We have the FARs, the Bay Area FARs, they all bowl. I can't bowl. I suck at it.
Why do you suck at it?
Because I'm left-handed.
What does that have to do with it? The ball's round.
But it depends. I'm either left-handed or right. I can't figure out which hand to use.
Oh, are you a little ambidextrous?
Yeah, I'm very. I can't figure out what hand to use.
What hand do you write with?
Left.
What hand do you eat with?
Left.
What's if you swing a baseball bat? Are you right? Oh yeah, you're all over the place.
All over the place.
Okay.
I shoot with my right hand basketball. See, I kick with my right foot.
And you throw a bowling ball left-handed?
It makes more sense for me to roll it left-handed.
Okay.
Right, but I should. My feet are set up for a righty. It's just all bad.
Yeah. It was a great time.
Nice, good
it
for
was
you.
A great time.
I love bowling.
What were we talking about before we got bowling sidetracked? There was something in the weekend that we were talking about.
Well,
Rex
we were
Ryan,
doing the best of in
Rex
talking about
Ryan,
that.
the Jets. Talking about that, there was something else that. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No way they three-peat.
Because that's what James brought up.
Why not?
I'm just taking it because it's never happened before.
Okay, but
it's
sometimes
never been done.
the thing that's never happened does happen.
It's impossible. It's impossible to go back to back. It is because
it's very difficult.
I told you this. You go right from the parade float to training camp.
Yep.
It's so hard. You get everybody's best shot.
Yep.
To go back to back is hard. To go 3 in a row, impossible. You will die.
They've been to the Super Bowl 4 times in 6 years.
Yes.
They've won 2. They've won 3 of those.
They played more football than anybody else in the league.
Yes to all of that. He's different. He's different in the way that Brady was different. He's different in the way that Joe Montana was different. There's just once in a while, there's just a guy that, despite all of the trends, the stats, the numbers,
he's special.
I got him, dude. And
so
Josh Allen, who's awesome, can't beat him. Lamar Jackson, who's awesome, can't beat him.
And Andy Reid.
It's just it is a weird deal. I'm not saying they're the best team. They did go basically 15-1. Yesterday's game, I'm throwing that in the trash because they didn't try. They went 15-1 with their guys.
See, Jared Mayo, that's how you lose.
Yeah.
See, that's how you lose a game right there. This is how you lose right there.
Like
they didn't even let Carson Wentz play the whole game.
You get blanked. Yeah, that's how you lose a football game.
By the way, Carson Wentz's outfit yesterday, he looked like an extra on a Mumford & Sons music video.
It was
ridiculous.
aggressive.
He leans into that, doesn't he? He really does lean into that.
I watched this segment. It might have been, like I told you before, days kind of ran together over the last couple of weeks. It could have been yesterday. It could have been 2 weeks ago. I truly don't remember.
What?
An interview. Cam Newton interviewed Joe Burrow. Where they were talking about outfits.
Swag for swag? Yeah.
Dude, it was awesome.
I know.
It was great. I'm like, and it was the first time in a long time I've watched Cam Newton. I'm like, I really dig this.
If Joe Burrow came out with a rap album, I would not be surprised.
No.
If Carson Wentz came out with a country album, I wouldn't be surprised. That's what I mean.
Carson Wentz probably likes white people tacos as well.
He might. I mean, but he leans into it. But that just no shock. But Mahomes is moving into.
You really want to get out on a branch? Say, no. Patrick Mahomes has no chance of winning the Super Bowl.
He's moving into Brady land for me.
Sure,
you're so good. I'm rooting against you now.
So he's not on the street, but he's in the neighborhood. Like he's
great
as the guy that I am just never, ever picking against.
If he goes 3 in a row, whatever Brady did, whatever numbers he has, it's going to be slash. It'll be Brady / Mahomes as the best quarterback we've ever seen. If you go 3 in a row, That's more impressive than anything
That's more
anybody's
impressive
ever
than
done in this
7
league.
total?
Anything
7?
anybody's ever done.
7?
3 in a row? That's
7?
impossible.
And Mahomes will have 4, and he still has a lot of years.
That's what I'm saying.
Where do we get to ultimately? I'm here for that.
Yeah.
That's a totally different question.
More
but,
impressive than 7. Even on 2 teams.
3 is pretty remarkable, but so is 7.
3 in a row. Come on.
Wait, hold on a second. Are they going to get 3 in a row or are they not?
They're not. That's what I'm. There's no way they can. That would just upset the balance of the world. If you go 3-0,
it's got to go through KC.
You'd have to rethink everything in football if he does that.
Lamar Jackson has pumpkin syndrome in the playoffs.
Yeah, true.
Josh Allen has never beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
Wow.
And by the way, the other 4 teams in the draw, they can't beat the Chiefs. San Diego. The Chargers won't beat them. Pittsburgh won't beat them. Houston won't beat them. And I'm forgetting who the other team is.
It's Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Those
the
are
only
2
challengers to the throne right now.
Yep.
Yeah, and if he gets through those 2 guys, then I would say they'll never win a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson will never win a Super Bowl because he can't play any better than what he's playing right now.
You know what he did?
And same thing with Josh Allen. That's going to start to go back the other way with your style of play.
When Josh Allen walked off the field at SoFi Stadium, even in the loss, I'm like, he's the MVP. Like, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. 6 touchdowns. The week before, he threw for 3.
We talked about this, right? Then split the baby then. For
Co-MVPs?
Yeah, Lamar and
I'm
Josh.
not going to jump up and down and say that's baloney.
That actually makes sense. Lamar's got better numbers.
I think there's 3 things that make sense. Jackson, Allen, or co-MVPs. I would be okay with any of those 3.
Right.
The reason I kind of lean Baltimore at this point is I think when everybody's on the, he's the playoff thing. Hold on a second. Occasionally that flips on itself, right? Occasionally that once you get everybody off, that's when you finally punch your ticket.
Yeah,
and Baltimore for the last month or 2 has been the best team in the league.
By far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Just this whole thing about the Chiefs and going 3 in a row, it does bother me a little bit. It really
bothers you?
Because it sets them apart from everyone else that's ever played this game.
I like that.
I don't. I hate it.
Why?
I can't stand it. Somebody must stop this. This is how I feel. How I felt about the Patriots back in the day.
Look, I'm not a Chiefs fan, so I don't really care about the Chiefs one way or the other. But you know what I do dig?
What?
I love one of a kind. I love greatness.
You may actually see that this year.
I love no one's ever done that. Emily's heard me say this. You have heard me say this. When I come in here and I get to say, for the first time in the history of blank, such and such happened, I love that.
It would be fantastic. It really would be. And there's a good possibility it's going to happen again.
You ready for one more?
What?
By the time he plays his next game, he will have had basically 3 weeks off.
Oh, my God. That's just not fair.
He will have had 3 weeks off from the time he last played football.
Somebody,
by the time he goes.
Please get to him.
All right,
please.
We got our Final Four in college football set. We'll get into that coming up in a little bit. But I got some.
Why couldn't Taylor Swift fall in love with him? Mess up the whole world.
Well,
come on.
Why is the world messed up?
I'm just saying he's married. That'd be great. That'd be
drama. You want scandal?
Of course. No,
Look,
nothing else seems to work against him.
That's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
These abs, these eyes, my buys and tries. New year, same me. Time to hit the marketplace. Now your top.
DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
I don't know if it's having some time off. I don't know if it's just I'm happy to see you all lovely people again for the first time in a couple of weeks.
Why? What's up?
Or it could be the fact that Greg poisoned me with his coffee, but I am feeling it today.
Oh,
nice.
dude.
I am feeling it today.
You feeling it too, Jorge?
Did you
have
have
that coffee, dude? It's like oil, like high mileage oil, dude.
Look at your eyes right now. Oh my God,
man! I told.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I just finished my coffee.
Emily, have you?
I don't, based off of your reactions,
I'm going
and you
in.
guys like strong coffee. I don't.
Do I sound more energetic, animated than I typically am, or am I?
No, you're up as well as Jorge's leg won't stop moving. So I think
you're
he's got
not
his
going
leg.
too
Yeah.
fast.
Okay,
you're not going too fast.
My
You're
brain
right.
is.
I know, but you're not. You're good.
I'm
going
to text Greg at 3:00 in the morning when I haven't gone to bed yet. Like, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Your mind is
I'm
live.
53
Tomorrow
years
is
old.
going to be an issue.
This amount of caffeine is a bad deal when you're our age.
No, actually, I heard the opposite. Coffee's good for us. Being caffeinated is early in the morning is good for guys like us.
Did you see the alcohol study?
What was the? Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
that's
I
a
thought
bummer.
about you. That's bad. It's bad for old people.
It's a bummer.
He said, "I thought about you."
You're
I
older
know
than
this
you're
guy.
older than me.
But that's what I'm saying. I thought about you. I'm like, oh my, this is bad for us.
I
This
think
is horrible. Oh no.
That's the big dry January trying to get at you. Okay.
I am trying that, by the way.
But who didn't know that though? Who didn't know?
That's a good point.
Who didn't know that already? Come on.
Hey, drinking a bunch turns out not great for you.
Not good for you.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Who knew?
I'm feeling good today.
Good for you.
I'm feeling
You
good
should
today.
be. I want some of that coffee though.
Yeah.
Look at Jorge's eyes.
I know,
Oh,
he's
my
ready.
God, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, I told dude, you gave us oil.
You look
That's
like a
what it is.
linebacker right now.
It's strong.
I could have used this on Saturday. I kid you not, guys. I was in a movie theater for 8 hours.
Oh, jeez.
I watched 2 movies back to back. One of them is The Brutalist, which is 4 hours in runtime.
Hard pass.
My back hurts.
And then I watched September 5. Really great movie, shorter. But
No,
I was.
I want to see that.
It's
I wanna see
very
that.
good.
Why
if
do you make a movie 4 hours long?
Because you're an egomaniac.
Where's the editor?
Well, his big thing, Brady Corbet, who actually won Best Director last night, his big thing is he got final cut. And so he did not want to cut anything.
There's the editor.
Yeah.
You said something very important.
What?
And anybody that spends a decent amount of time in the car or you're of a certain age, what is the number for you before you're like, I got to stand up?
2? I mean, a hard 2 hours. I got to get up.
There is an intermission about 2 hours in.
Okay, see, thank you for that.
A built-in 15-minute
I got to
intermission.
move around and loosen it up again.
I could tell you within a minute or two when it's been about 55 minutes. Because
Really?
my
Okay.
body starts going, wah, 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 get up, stand up, stand up, stand up. My back
Wait,
starts
are you in
killing
the
me.
normal seats or the ones that lay down?
You mean in an airplane?
No,
in
in a movie theater.
Oh,
like
oh
a
no,
tiny
I'm not. I'm talking in a car, in a chair at home, at work. If I sit for about 55 minutes, my back just lights
You
up.
got-
and
okay.
like, you got to get going.
Okay, Advil and Tylenol will help you with that.
Yeah. Aleve is my friend. I
Definitely.
like
What
that.
did we
Could have
just see?
used Greg's coffee.
What
Yes.
movie?
Mufasa?
Mufasa. We just saw Mufasa.
Good.
Thank you very much. I loved it.
Yeah.
It made. I had to turn away from the wife and kid. It made me tear up
Oh,
a
a
little
little
bit.
dusty in the
Yeah,
room?
a little bit,
Yeah.
little bit. That took me all the way back to the animated movie. Like
Oh,
all
sure.
the stuff. I'm like,
Do you root
wow.
for Scar at any point?
Kinda.
It's like his backstory.
Well, that's how they do it.
I understand.
Did
and it's
Mufasa-
so funny. It's very topical now.
Did Mufasa do Scar wrong?
No.
No.
No. Scar
Okay.
did it to himself.
Okay.
But it's very topical with what's going on at FS1.
Oh,
Oh, well.
interesting.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
I don't follow the
I
news,
did not
DeMarco,
mean-
so
I'm sorry.
I have no idea what you mean. Let's
never
talk about what's
connected
coming
that
up
till
this
right
Friday.
now.
Has great music.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's so funny.
I don't know what you're talking about. This Friday, the first 7-10 event of 2025 is going down at Islands in Manhattan Beach for an all-day live broadcast. And as a wild card Football Friday party starting at 9. Travis DeMarco, Mason and Ireland at noon, Sedano and Cap at 3. We'll all be doing our show live and in person with huge giveaways. Islands, Manhattan Beach, 3200 North Sepulveda Boulevard. We will see you Friday. DeMarco gets the Impossible
Yes.
Burger. I get the North Shore Tacos.
No lawsuits
And,
in the jungle. They just eat you.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to stick with
You know
that.
exactly
No,
what I mean.
I-
Don't leave me on this island alone.
I'm in the boat
You
like this.
hated the play on the
I'm
island.
rowing away. I'm rowing away. Absolutely. Absolutely. Football Final Four, college football Final Four.
They got it right.
Yeah, it feels like
anybody mad about that pairing? If you don't have a dog in the fight, if you just love college football, not your team, not your school, if you just love college football, they got right.
There's not an imposter in the group.
Not at all. This is what we thought
Blue
anyway.
Bloods, you know the program.
4 heavyweights, 4 blue bloods, Notre Dame, Penn State, Texas, Ohio State. They're all teams that, at a glance, they're going to be good.
They're football schools. Yeah. The only thing I would say is I don't want to hear anything from the SEC for a while. And don't you claim Texas. Don't you claim Texas. Fair. You've only been here for a year.
Yeah.
Okay? So the SEC got blanked. Shut up and take it. Get better.
And
I start to agree.
Don't make me do this.
NIL is kind of even things out now.
Yeah, sure. Don't make me do this. You're going to make me defend the SEC, and I don't want to. Georgia is a specific case. Their quarterback and their backup quarterback both got taken off the board going into that game.
Okay.
So that I think Georgia probably likely would have been in the Final Four if either of those two guys play quarterback.
Still a great team. Still a great coach. Yes. What's your point?
That the SEC is still one of the 2 heavyweights.
They are, definitely. But I think it's all coming back to a level playing field with the NIL now. Because I think the SEC had it over everyone else because of how they were getting athletes, so to speak. It was just kind of business as usual in the SEC.
Yeah.
Now everybody...
You can just do it on the porch instead of in the back room.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now everybody gets to do it. It's going to change things a little bit.
The Rose Bowl was a demolition.
Okay, were you happy or sad about that?
I was disappointed because my dad and my mom are Oregon alum. My son Bobby's a huge Oregon fan. And so I knew that would bum them out. But I think if those 2 teams played 10 times, maybe one team goes 6-4 over the other. But they're really – it's just –
I think Oregon had a bad day.
I think so, too.
Oregon had a bad day.
I think so, too. And Ohio State had a very good day.
A great day.
Yeah.
And the 2 worlds met at the same time.
I thought Lanning had a great explanation of what happened afterwards.
What did he say? I didn't listen.
Basically, what he said was what you just said. He goes, listen, today wasn't our day. We didn't. He goes, last week or 2 weeks ago was not Ohio State's game. It was not their day against Michigan. In other words, sometimes you just have a bad day and you get run over.
I used to hear this all the time. It wasn't from Dick Vermeil. It was a guy he hired named Frank Gans, God rest his soul. But he would always tell us and preach, it's about the best team on game day.
Yeah.
They can always prepare for what you were, not for what you're going to be.
This is so funny.
I know, crazy, right? Yeah.
But it's the truest thing. Susan will say this to me all the time. How did that team win? They're lower. They're a lower seed. Or they have a worse record. I'm like, because it's sports.
It happens.
Well, yeah, but they're 14-2 and they're 4-10. Yeah, but it's sports. Those guys are pro. It does in high school.
They get paid too.
A really good team against a bad team in high school. A really good team is going to win 98% of the time. In college,
100.
maybe.
Right.
In college, it goes down to 85-15.
You may get an App State that beats Michigan.
In the pros.
Happens a lot. They get
it
paid,
happens
man.
all the time.
They get paid too, and they make plays. You turn it over, you give them hope. They won't go away. They're pros. They beat you. But
who you picking
for the whole thing?
Yeah, I got my pick.
I'm going to pick Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I'm going to pick Notre Dame.
Oh, wow.
I like the way Notre Dame plays up front.
Notre Dame of the 4 teams would be my 4th choice.
Really?
Yeah.
Texas has who's your number 1?
Ohio State.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. But I'm going to pick Notre Dame. I'm going to pick Freeman. He's got me.
I think Ohio State had that moment where they got beat by Michigan.
Yeah.
And Ryan Day had I might go 12-1 every year, and they're going to can me. And it's like, okay, hold on a second. And they took apart their first round game. I forget who did they Indiana. They smashed Indiana. They smashed Oregon.
Shouldn't have been there.
Probably not. They smashed Oregon, who was the only unbeaten team in football. They're a good team. They had a bad day.
Yep.
And you're going to get Texas, who's really good, but I think that they're going to win that game.
And they squeaked by.
They just have that. They're just really, really good. They're
Texas?
really good. No, Ohio State.
Ohio State.
They're really good. They got to play. Is it not Xavier Smith? That's the Rams player. I'm the kid. Yeah, I'm the number 4. I'm blanking on his name.
Me too.
He's a difference maker.
Wait, they're all kids. They're in college.
Yeah,
but I know who you're talking about.
They're just high level players across the board. They're well coached.
Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith. Thank you.
I believe you, and I'm with you on Ohio State and Ryan Day. You just got. If we could interview him, I would just ask him one question. What the hell happened against Michigan?
Didn't you answer that question about a minute and a half ago?
What?
They had a bad day.
No, not the game. After the game.
the fight.
When you were just standing there.
Oh, okay.
What was happening there? Tell me your mindset when you were just standing there watching this melee happen.
Can I offer an explanation?
What? He just had Dad had enough?
Dad had enough, and I can't believe I just lost to these guys again. And he checked out for half a second.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait, and that moment flashes through your head like, am I going to get canned because of this?
This is all going through his head at real time.
And in that moment, I'm going to really stretch this analogy
because
here.
that's a weird job.
It was Garrett Cole and the ground ball to first base. It was I struck out Shohei Ohtani. Yeah. I got a ground ball. Crap.
Just blanked out for a minute.
Just for a half a minute, you lose your mind.
But a lot of people, I swear, should lose their job on TV.
Oh, well.
Because they went all in on him.
Yeah.
And here he is with a chance to win everything.
All of his buddies in the media
are
taken up because every time they just go and paint someone,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you want Ryan Day fired, huh? You want him fired, huh? Oh, you want him fired. Indiana, SWAT. Oregon, SWAT. You wanted him fired, huh?
You know who went underground and who survived? Is Paul Feinbaum. Remember how this season started?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Paul does a job. Look, we've all got our jobs.
Yes.
All right, LeBron set another record. The Lakers lose last night, and I heard something that you were talking about while I was gone that I need you to take me through.
What?
That's all. You'll hear in a second. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco,
Amen.
710 ESPN. Hey, it is playoff time in the NFL, right? So it is now or never. So don't miss out on your last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks. And you know Prize Picks, you just pick more, you just pick less. It really is that easy. And right now you can win up to 1,000 times your money with Prize Picks. But you can't do it if you don't have your app on the phone, right? Put the Prize Picks app on your phone and use the promo code. It's a new promo code. Hook up your guy. TRAV, T-R-A-V. Use the promo code TRAV, and you're going to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win the $5 lineup to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. Run your game with Prize Picks.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega.
.com. The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
I mean, come on.
By the way, I do believe Sammy Davis Jr. was a Simpsons character at one point.
Of course he was.
Really? Wow. Sammy Davis Jr. appeared in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Simpsons episodes.
That's right, man. That's right, babe. Hey, Bart, you're great, babe, okay?
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. Looking for an all-star deal on home comfort? Call Next Gen. For just $14.99 a month, you'll score year-round coverage on all of your plumbing, heating, and AC needs. You heard it right. For just $14.99 a month, you'll experience coverage and comfort all season long. No unexpected timeouts, just total peace of mind. As a Next Gen member, you'll enjoy complimentary multi-point inspections, cooling tune-ups, plumbing and safety inspections, and exclusive members-only savings. Plus, you'll have a VIP guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointment. Sign up today to become a Next Gen VIP. Don't miss out. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. Next Gen is the only name you need to remember for comfort and reliability all season long. That's 833-3-NEXT-GEN or visit nextgenaaronplumbing.com.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. The biggest show on the radio.
Mason in Ireland weekdays at noon.
So I'm going to be with my in-laws down in La Jolla. They do not have Netflix.
Do you have a Netflix account?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get it on your phone.
Is that it?
Or your laptop. Or your laptop.
Can I get it on the TV? I want to watch it on TV. Can I not get it on
It might
TV?
be tough to airplay it, but
You can screen mirror it.
yeah, screen mirror. Yeah.
They're super smart people, so I like way smarter than me. Like I just feel so out of place. Like how did I get into this house?
Well, if you don't know how to use Netflix on your computer, then you shouldn't belong in that house.
So I can get Netflix on my computer too?
Yeah, it's an app.
Have you been under the impression that the only way you could ever watch Netflix is your TV in your house?
I'll be honest. Yes.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Something amazing is happening. Technology is working harder, faster, and more reliably. It's delivering results that work. But who makes technology work? CDW. We're a full-service technology solutions provider, advising our clients and designing customized solutions so they can reach their goals and do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand. This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
DeMarco is bringing tamales.
I got the baby.
Hey.
Yeah.
DeMarco, so our friends at Northgate just brought us a rosca de res. How'd I do, Jorge?
You did pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rosca de Reyes.
Yes.
Okay.
A beautiful cake from Northgate Gonzalez Market. And as I think probably a lot of people know, you and I are new to this game. It's like a king cake in New Orleans where they put little plastic little baby dolls in the cake. And if you get a slice with a baby doll, you have to bring tamales for the entire team. And you, my friend, got the piece with the baby.
I got the baby, so I have to do the tamales. I've never made tamales in my entire life.
We don't have to make them.
I don't have to make them. I just have to bring tamales.
Our friends at Northgate can hook you up.
Yes.
Really?
You just go buy them, and
are they still here?
Yeah.
Can I put in an order now? Is that possible? Okay.
Ask me how many times I went to Northgate during my vacation.
Oh man, I got the picture, so a handful of them.
3 times.
No way.
I went to the Mercado in Costa Mesa 3 different times.
God,
I love
so
that
good.
place
So good.
so much. The largest independent Hispanic grocery store in the U.S., founded right here in SoCal, 45 years, northgatemarket.com. You can get your rosca de res, beautiful cakes. There's 4 different types of flavors along the way. And which one are we eating here? Which flavor is this one, guys?
Guava and cheese.
Okay.
Yes,
it
sir.
is delicious.
Outstanding.
It is absolutely
And what am
fantastic.
I drinking here?
I think it's champurrado or atole, right?
Yes.
That's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just skip this segment for a minute?
Mark,
I just want to eat a little bit more and drink.
Can we take a break?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
How
That's
much
awesome.
is that? I know that you are on a program. I'm on a program. We're trying to do
Forget the program.
left to your own devices.
Yeah.
Let's say 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
That cake rolls into the farmhouse.
This right here?
That cake. How much of that are you taking?
All of it. This whole thing.
That's a big cake.
This whole
there
thing
are
is
6
going
plastic
inside of me.
babies in that cake.
Good. I would have all of them. We'd have tamales for everybody in the building.
Thanks to our
So
friends at Northgate Market for bringing in a beautiful cake.
Yes.
Thank you to
Wait,
Josemar
when do I
Rivera.
have to bring the tamales?
February 2nd, so it's a tradition.
February
in Latin,
2nd?
for Latin Americans. Yeah.
It is a Sunday, so maybe you bring it on the
Monday.
3rd.
Maybe on the 3rd.
The
yeah.
3rd or the 31st, right?
Okay.
Those would be the. What's a better day to
Hold
do
on.
it?
Let
Friday
me put it,
or Monday?
Let
I
me
say
put it
Monday.
on my calendar.
I also set a reminder.
Yes.
Of course you did.
My calendar.
I know how we do
There.
it. What?
What?
So the Rams could still be playing. But In the event that we do not have Rams football, you come my way. We go to the Northgate Mercado in Costa Mesa and pick up your tamales.
Pick up the tamales.
Yeah. And then
on
you bring
Sunday
them in, and
bring them back.
I will walk you through and show you all of my favorite places. There are about a couple of dozen that I want to show you in that market.
You're like the docent of Costa Mesa
On
Mercado.
Sunday the 2nd, if they're not playing.
Yeah,
done. Let me put that in there on my calendar.
I took Susan and Kelly. Kelly had been a couple of times. Susan had never been, so we go on one of the days that we were off, and I was showing Susan around like I was like the general manager of the store. Like it was ridiculous. I'm like, oh no, you got to see this. You got to see this. We went to go pick up some carne asada for tacos, and we ended up sitting at the bar having a margarita. I bought, I think, like $200 worth of stuff because I just, you got to get that. You got to get that. You got to get that. It was awesome.
Northgate with Travis, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. How about that?
Oh, we'll do it in the morning. Yeah,
done.
Great.
Okay,
great.
It's on there.
Well, okay.
What time does the store open?
Can I just offer a small tweak to the agenda?
Bring alcohol?
Oh, they have it. They have a bar there, DeMarco.
Okay. Yeah, what?
Let's go for lunch. So we'll get lunch to eat.
Ooh,
so
carnitas. Get a torta.
Right.
Let me edit. Okay.
Let's make it like a 12 or a 12:30, so we can have a beer, we can have a margarita.
There you go.
Hey, I think I'm going to join you guys. Don't bring the tamales. I'll just join you.
Yeah, we'll make it an outing.
12 to 2. How about that?
Love it.
Is that perfect?
Love it.
It's on my calendar.
Yes.
We'll be there. Love it.
It will also be on Pro Bowl weekend, so maybe there's going to be Pro Bowl on the screen.
Oh, it's Pro Bowl weekend, then that's the dead week in between the conference.
So even if the Rams
so
are
we're
playing.
good. We're locked in.
I'm so sick that the Rams only have one Pro Bowler. They should have more.
So here's okay.
But I'm so sick that they have one Pro Bowler because I have to watch.
Jared Verse is in.
Yes.
He was the one that was selected. Should Puka have made it? I thought so. I know he missed a lot of time.
The injury time hurt him.
For sure, but DeMarco, he is one of the best receivers in the game, in my opinion. He is incredibly impactful to what they do, and with and without him, it's night and day.
Yeah, I was
that
hoping
to me is a Pro Bowler.
More for Kyren.
I
was hoping more for him because when you talk about Barkley, you talk about King Henry. His face is right there.
He's
300 and some plus carries. He had the rushing touchdowns. The only thing he didn't have was the average. His average is like 4.
Can I offer one other thing
and
he doesn't
explosives.
have?
Yeah, doesn't have a ton of explosives.
That's it. When you
but
think
there's
of
something to be
Saquon
said
Barkley,
about being solid. Yeah.
No, I'm not throwing any cold water on him. But when you just turn on your TV, you're going to see Saquon Barkley reverse hurdling somebody.
Yeah.
King
Henry running
You're
going to
see Derrick Henry dragging a guy for 50 yards down the field. Kyren Williams doesn't have a bunch of those.
Remember back in the day in Green Bay? Remember Dorsey Levens?
Of course.
The guy you had to watch out for probably won't make the Pro Bowl, but a guy that can beat you on Sunday, that's who Kyren reminds me of.
What about Kevin Dotson?
I would have said yes for Dotson.
Just for the sunglasses or for the way he plays?
He looks like a professional wrestler out there. Just crazy. He had the, not in the game, but he had the Ultimate Warrior armbands on, and I'm like, you're wearing sleeves and you're not playing. That's just who you are. But I would have said him, but it's hard. Guard is tough. Especially on an offense that's not scoring a lot.
Not scoring a lot. But you know what they did do? Yesterday aside, I'm kind of throwing that one out because they were playing some backups, and Jimmy G was back there.
What,
and
the
everything
no
else.
sacks?
They won 4 games without giving up a sack.
Okay, so part of that is them. Give them a lot of credit. When they go one-on-one, they're pretty damn good.
Yep.
A lot of that has to do with play calling and Sean McVay. This goes back to 2017, this being an offensive line-friendly offense.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time, you're making them chase ghosts with boots. We're giving you a hard look, that's the block. Versus dropping back and actually protecting. So it's play calling, it's quarterback. And Matthew Stafford has done a great job getting out of some heat.
All of that is true.
Yeah.
0 sacks is 0 sacks. Over a month, that's not just what you're saying. It's in addition to what you're saying.
And I could go back and show you some times where guys got beat and Stafford got out.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So when those guys that make those choices for Pro Bowls, all that stuff comes up. But I would have said he's in the mix. He's in the category. He's in the conversation for Pro Bowl.
I keep going back to what you said, that if they're going to win against Minnesota, if they're going to win playoff games, they have to do it by scoring 30 points a game. That the defense, the odds of them winning a game, and I'm just making up a score here, winning 20-17, you don't like them in a game like that.
No, but every offense you face is going to have some problems for you. Like Justin Jefferson's coming to town, and Cam Akers is on a revenge tour.
I thought he was going to pop that one last night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can run, you can throw. They've got a good tight end. They've got problems.
And he didn't play the first. Hawkinson did not play the first
That's
time.
That's what I'm saying.
Them.
So they give you some questions that you may not have answers for. So you're going to have to match that on offense. You can't go stagnant. You've got to score.
I got news for you. Good news for you. you get time to eat a little more cake.
Right now?
Factor Cap is
Okay.
coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Don't start eating yet because we're going to talk
Why?
about Joseph S.
Oh,
Normand.
man. Okay.
Right? Joseph would like you to talk about Joseph S. Normand without a cake, mouthful of rosca de res cake.
I talked to Joseph about me getting rear-ended.
You did?
Yeah, and I decided not to file.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to go through the headache. It's not that big of a deal. It's a $20 deal for me.
Okay.
He is really trying to get me to go and, like, I have rights. I have
yeah.
things I should be doing right now.
That's why you
Yeah.
call the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. You get an expert on your side, and that's what Joe and his team are. They are experts in helping you through moments like that to make sure that you know what your rights are.
Asking questions I didn't know I had questions for. Anyway, accidents are devastating. Recovery process is difficult to deal with. No one should have to face this alone. No insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say can and will be used against you. So make sure you have somebody like Joseph S. Normand in your corner.
213-747-2000. That's the number DeMarco has called after he was involved in an accident. It's the number I called after my son was involved in
my
an
phone's
accident.
gonna ring. Yeah.
213-747-2000. 213-747-2000 and the law offices of Joseph S. Normand.
Make sure you tell them Travis and DeMarco from ESPN sent you.
Yep.
The LA.
With their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Is your vehicle due for service? Is it time to get those wipers replaced? If so, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. For over 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you. At Valvoline, you stay in your car safe while the expert technicians make sure your ride is at its best. Oil changes, wiper blades, and more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Here we go. go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Hi, guys. Thanks,
Howdy,
Joe.
howdy.
Aloha.
Aloha. Annyeong.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
All right. So last night was a big night for me because not only was there a great NFL game on for Sunday Night Football, it was also the Golden Globes. A lot of interesting things happened. If you're interested at all, my Twitter feed has my live reactions, which were a little bit all over the place.
Did you live tweet the Globes?
Yes. And so, yes. So big winners are Amelia Perez and the Brutalist.
I missed the Globes.
I think you're okay.
Sports was on. I love the
Lakers
Globes.
were on, and that. Well, you said it was a great matchup. The game, game was got out of hand.
Yeah.
Nikki Glaser was very funny. I thought she did a great job. But yeah, if you have any interest, that's where I go. But Kathy Bates was up for a nomination last night for her role in the reboot of Matlock. That she was nominated for Best Lead Actress in a Drama, I believe.
No way.
But she didn't end up winning. The actress from Shogun ended up winning. But you know how they have like their face in these little boxes, and then when they announce the winner, everyone has the reaction like, oh, happy, and then they have the winner come up. So Kathy Bates has her little box. She doesn't win. She looks at the camera. She rips up her acceptance speech in the camera and then goes on.
Oh, wow.
So my statement is, this is what you would do. You make a little meat out of it, especially if you're Kathy Bates. Travis, Factor Cap.
Yeah, fact, I think. I think you do something other than just politely clap for the winner. I think it's okay when you're competing for something.
Yeah.
Even nominated for award. To either A, have some fun with the disappointment, or to show genuine disappointment that you
wanted it.
Yeah, it's okay to want the thing, and then politely clap for the person. So I like that she did it. I'm totally okay with anybody that has a moment, a reaction in that moment. I think is totally appropriate.
Be legit. Yeah, be legit. I don't think I've ever been in a room where something, besides the Mandy's. Were you upset with the Mandy's? No. Or did you win?
I've won once, but and it was nice to win, don't get me wrong, and I would love to win again, but
it depends on who wins. That guy? You know what I mean?
That's true.
Then I might be upset.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm like, okay.
And I don't think that was Kathy's response. I think she has great respect for the person who won.
By the way, can I ask you a question? If you got, trying to think of what another one. Matlock is a very specific role.
I love Matlock. Yes, Kathy Bates.
She's like Mrs. Matlock.
But Matlock is, you're old. Like, by definition, Matlock is old.
You don't get that as a young role. Yeah.
They're not asking Sydney Sweeney to be Matlock.
No. She would turn that down.
The reboot was Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, they're asking a very specific type of actor or actress to be Matlock.
Who beat Kathy Bates?
It was an actress from Shogun. I'm not going to butcher her name.
Okay.
So.
I heard that was really good, by the way.
It won a ton of awards.
The first one was good. This is the remake.
The Shogun from the original was like in the 80s.
That was so good. I was locked in.
Yeah.
Yes. Kathy Bates, every time I think of her, I think of Misery.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And getting hobbled in the bed.
Oh,
yes.
You've been out of your bed, haven't you?
Bruh. The book is worse.
The worst, it is worse.
Oh, my God.
The worst part of that scene is when James Caan, I forget the character's name, looks at her and goes, don't do whatever you're about to do.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't even know what's about to happen. He just knows it's about, and he's so good in that scene. He's so scared.
Yes.
Please don't do whatever it is you're about to do.
Yes.
And that's, you're like, oh, this is going to be bad.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And
horrible.
We're almost done. I think it's Jack.
I'm terrified of her and Glenn Close.
Oh, yes,
Glenn, I will not be ignored, Dan.
She's scarier because Glenn Close is nuts, right? Like, she's just
Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, yes. Like, Kathy Bates' character is this shut in, and now she's just a prisoner.
Scary.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Jorge, what do you think? You would do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have a camera on me on Mandy's 3 when Brian took it. It could have been my 3-peat. It could have been my 3-peat.
Oh, that's right. You could have been Mahomes.
Yeah.
See?
Brian Cohen took it, so, man, there should have been a camera on me. You know?
That's for sure.
All right, so my family, for Christmas Day, we host my dad's extended family for, like, the dinner portion. So, like, dinner, cousin Christmas, we share gifts a little bit, too, but it's mostly hanging out, being together, and Christmas. And in past years, people stay really late And my family.
How late is really late?
Like 10:30, but they got here at like noon.
Okay,
so it's
that's
like
a full day.
10
exactly.
hours,
yeah.
And some of the family members have a little testy time of being kind of, hey guys, let's
Shoot
wrap
out
it
of the
up
room.
here. Exactly.
Oh.
So there was some maybe some feelings hurt in regards to that this year, but they got their message and they were not there and at a good time, which is kind of what needed to happen. But you have a good way or a discreet way of getting people out of your house when you want them out of your house. DeMarco, Factor Cap.
Cap. No, I don't have a discreet way. When I want you to leave, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I like to drop hints that I want them to leave. Leave.
Or I'm just going to break out the vacuum cleaner and start vacuuming.
Because we do that, and it doesn't really work.
Like right where you're sitting, I'm going to vacuum.
Yeah.
Pick up your feet.
Yeah, move. Or
Trav,
the
what do you
kids
think?
come out in pajamas. Yeah, time to go home.
The vacuum cleaner is a great one.
Yes.
My mom has told this story a million times. I don't remember if it was my grandmother or my grandfather on my dad's side, but when they were done with parties, they would literally break out the vacuum cleaner like it's time for you to go. Yeah, I think that's the one. Just start cleaning up. That is the universal symbol for the party is over.
Yes.
Right? If I'm cleaning up the kitchen, that means I'm done entertaining you for the day.
Yes.
That's it. The other way to do it is put a stop time when you invite. Hey, we'd love to have you come over for Christmas. We're thinking like noon to 4. And that way at 4, when you start to pick it up, it's understood there's an end time to this. And maybe it bleeds into 4:30 or 5, but put an end time on something, at least it won't go on in perpetuity.
I'm pretty good at knowing when it's time to go.
I
if I'm the guest, I'm pretty good at knowing when it's time to leave.
How's Susie?
Susie is going to be the last person at every party we go to.
Can I give you a hug right now?
Yeah. Are you the same?
Oh, my God.
I think I saw you at the draft house. You saw me leave the Rams draft house. I frequently get in the car by myself.
I have had a wonderful, terrific, wouldn't change a thing marriage to my wife for 27 years. She's the last person to leave every party we've ever been to.
Okay, so they will never go to a party at the same time.
And it's like, Sue, it's time to go. She's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, Sue, they're doing the dishes. It's time to go. No, I'm going to stay and help. They don't want your help.
No,
it's
they
time
want us to leave. Yes, they want us to go home.
Oh, and then she gets mad at me for like dragging her out. I'm like, Sue, it's time to go.
My brother from another mother. We're going through it. Yes.
Jorge, do you have a discreet way?
Yeah, especially for us, like, I say us, like Latinos. You offer coffee. Hey, a little coffee just so you can wrap up the night, and that's it. You got coffee, donuts, pan dulce, whatever it is that you have. Would you guys like to have a coffee? That way we can call it a night afterwards, and that's the easiest and best way of doing it.
I'm going to have the coffee pot on my kitchen.
I'm stealing
What
that.
about, hey, can I pack something up for you guys to go? Like, you want anything in Tupperware?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Hey, can would you like to take anything with you?
Okay, here's a hack for that. Remember,
For
I told
friends,
you guys this.
yes. Family, no.
So there's a hack for this, right? So you're gonna give them your Tupperware or whatever. Save your save your butter containers, save your yogurt containers, and then you give those away. That way you never get them back. They can throw them away.
That's a
I
good
wish
call.
you would have told me that like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
all my good Tupperware is gone.
You've outfitted the
good
neighborhood.
glassware
in Tupperware.
gone, and I never get it
You
back.
give away glass? You're a high roller.
I
on
was
that.
assuming I would get it back.
Oh, no. Once it leaves, is
Bruh.
dude, I'm giving you a paper plate with foil.
From now on, I'm doing what Jorge said. Yes.
Brenda's mom gives us the butter containers. Like, here.
That's a great idea.
I know I'm not going to eat it.
Yes.
back.
That's a great idea.
So my family was trying to brainstorm things that we could do together outside of, the holidays.
Bowl.
We
drink.
Yeah, we could bowl.
Bowl
we were not
and
really
drink.
bowling feeling, but one of the options was an escape room, and my little sister was very much the one leading the charge. Like, let's do an escape room, and I said, if everyone wants to do it, we can do it. But if you're asking me for my actual opinion, I do not want to be locked in a room with all of you guys. Like, it sounds like my worst nightmare than a fun bonding experience. We didn't end up doing that. We did some other stuff, but you would go to an escape room with your family, your immediate family. Jorge, Patrick,
Cap. My little brother did it. Randy did it with his girlfriend or whatever, or ex-girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, breaking news.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
It's been
poor guy.
So 4 years, whatever.
Yeah.
But he did it. They told me about it, and then we had this conversation. Like, hey, mom, would you do it? My mom was like, absolutely not. Like, my dad's like, oh, no way. Like, it's like Emily says, it's one of those things where, like, that's not for us, kind of thing. Like,
brings out the worst of
some
types of people.
Yes, plus we rather go to a game or something like that instead of like escape room. Yeah.
Trev?
Yeah, I think I'd do it. Fact, I like my immediate family. I really do. Like, I enjoy spending time with my mom and dad. I enjoy spending time with my kids. And like when you said the night ended bad with hurt feelings when you tried to shoot people out, I'm sure people in my family have hurt each other's feelings. It's impossible not to.
But that's extended family. This is like cousins.
Yeah, but like that doesn't happen very often with us. We truly enjoy each other's company.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it would.
Aren't you lucky?
No. We're incredibly lucky and fortunate. But I can look, if we went and did something like that, I can tell you without fail who would be the leader of the group. I can tell you who would be the one that would come up with the good ideas.
Yeah.
Like we would fall into very specific roles very quickly.
Your kids wouldn't fight with each other?
Oh, they would fight with each other no matter what, but they would fight with each other in the expected, typical way.
To get out. Okay. Yeah.
DeMarco?
I laughed when you said that. There's no way I would do it with my family. My two brothers, no way. We're getting out of the room, but just not the way you think we're getting out of the room. They're going to open this up and kick us out. Because these two guys are going to go at it right in this room because they can't figure out how to get out. They're going to start fighting, start talking. It's going to be crazy.
Who's the leader of your three brothers?
Okay, see, this is the problem. This is the issue.
You're the youngest.
I'm the referee.
Okay.
I'm the youngest, so I don't get a say. So it's between those two.
Okay.
So the oldest is the shortest, but the meanest. The middle brother is the most good-looking.
Okay.
And the tallest.
Okay.
So they both think they're in charge. So there's no way
does
we
it
would
go
get one
50-50
clue right.
or does somebody typically come out on top
It
in that?
depends on who wins that day.
Oh.
Yeah, it depends on who wins the fight. But I would never do an escape room with those two guys. No. Absolutely not.
I like it. I don't want to go with you, but I would like you to take your brothers to an escape room and see what happens. Factor Cap is brought to you by Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but family with Joe, it always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. That's the law offices of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000, or visit normandlegal.com. Lakers, they dropped one last night, playing pretty well. They're in the 5, only 2 games out of the 7. And they're right where we left them. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon.
Venison's got a very distinct gamey flavor.
Yeah.
So we used to take the venison and you grind up the meat, and then you take beef and you grind that up, and then you combine the two. So you're basically stretching your beef because we were stretching our beef in those days.
Yeah, I mean, venison sausage is really common. Like, it's very, very lean.
So, anyway, squirrel brains. Would anybody try them? Squirrel brains?
Squirrel brains?
No?
No.
What about
I don't really
sweetbreads?
know about the whole stretching of your beef, too. That sounds
the beef
euphemistic.
the beef needs to be stretched.
Okay, Morales.
No, yeah, I mean, you really go. Seriously, you've been hanging out with Chris too much. No, we stretched our beef
Like
by
every day,
adding
that's what we
venison and blending it in. It was beef stretching.
You stretch the beef.
Exactly.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hey everyone, this is Ramona Shelburne. Here's something I learned firsthand. A lot of ERs don't have pediatric specialists. But did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles is the go-to for complex cases? When my older son Daniel had a scary fall and later developed Bell's palsy, we took him to the local ER. But they didn't have a pediatric specialist. So they called Children's Hospital Los Angeles for guidance. Their expertise isn't just in-house, it's a resource for the whole community. When it comes to kids' emergencies, CHLA is the MVP that other hospitals turn to.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game-changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check that your guests like spicy first before serving atomic hot wings.
Who's hungry?
Oh my gosh. What are these?
You don't like them? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Water.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
show you guys one of my Christmas gifts from my son Bobby. I got my "It's Time for Dodger Baseball" T-shirt.
Is that what that means?
Yep.
ITFDB
with a little Vin Scully cutout.
So
on
if
the
I
top.
go to Dodger fans and go, it's ITFDB, they would know it. Really?
100%. Yes.
I haven't seen a tattoo with that yet.
Yeah. I bet you would not have a hard time finding one.
Really?
Yeah.
It's time for Dodger. I want to
Yeah.
see a guy with a Dodger with a tattoo that says that.
I bet you we could find one of those.
Yeah,
relatively easy.
tag Baby Whale on Twitter.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's
I want
time for Dodger baseball.
It's how we opened every broadcast for a million years.
But where do you put that?
What?
Where do you put that on your body?
Anywhere.
Back left shoulder.
Back left.
Well, you asked. I'm just
I was like, is it?
That's very specific.
Well, that's
Lower
where I got
back?
my stupid tattoo. So
I was like, lower back?
It was. No, I'm not using it as a
Whoa.
tramp stamp.
Hey, man.
I'm going.
That might be weird.
Well, I mean, whatever gets you going, gets you going.
What about a face tattoo? It's time
That
for Dodger
might be
Baseball.
a little weird.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
like a little thing right here. Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
It is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday, thanks to Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Rams will be on Wild Card Monday night against the Vikings 1 week from tonight at SoFi. We're talking about it all day long in your home of the Rams, 710 ESPN.
Don't get me wrong. I don't care who it is. I just want them to win in the first round.
Yeah.
But just me. I really want to see Detroit one more time.
I know you do.
Really bad.
I know you do.
Really bad.
I know you do.
And
You've hinted
Yes.
at that. Not even hinted.
To
You've
get
said
to where
that.
you want to go, you're probably going to have to see them at some point, and I'll be so happy when that happens.
They're the number one seed. They're 15-2, so this might be a stupid question. They're the best team, right? In that half.
When they're firing, yes. They've got a lot of weapons on offense. And
They have a
Jared
ton.
Goff can't play better than what he's playing right now. And they believe that the Super Bowl, the Lombardi is their destiny. They are really believing right now.
It worked. The Rams made the trade for Stafford. They won the Super Bowl. They punched their ticket. It worked. So full stop, right? Would Jared Goff have become the quarterback that he is in Detroit and Los Angeles?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because they seem to love him there. And the love is reciprocal. And like he has really ingratiated himself into that community, and they really love and respect him there. I don't know. Something happened between that switchover between Goff and Stafford. Because Stafford was that guy in Detroit. They loved him.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they didn't. Maybe it's because he won and they haven't. And now they just love Jared. Like to the end of time they'll love him.
No, and you can tell it's genuine.
Yeah.
It's
and that's what he needed.
He needed that. First of all, he came to L.A. with massive expectations as the number one pick.
Yes.
So and not only number one pick, but you moved way up to get him. Where did they move? From like 15 or something?
Something like that.
Mid-pack. Mid-pack.
Jeff Fisher drafts.
To the top.
Yes.
And you get him, and his debut was a disaster. He was 0-7 in his first year as a starter.
Very good.
Look, I'm not saying it was his fault entirely.
They were tough. They just weren't very good.
It was a bad team, and he didn't look very good. And I think it's a good case to kind of wait a second. Let's see how this turns out. He did get the good coach.
Mm-hmm.
He did get a better supporting cast. But I think that initial taste of what it was going to be virtually impossible for him to completely shed because McVay showed up. And all of a sudden, Jared Goff looked highly competent. And it's like, oh, man, look at Sean McVay. He even turned this guy. It's like the dude was the number one pick in the draft.
Yeah.
It's not like he was, a free agent who was playing, in a flag football summer league somewhere that they just dragged off this. He's the number one pick in the draft. There's obviously a lot of talent there. But I don't know if it would have ever been realized like that. And when he went to Detroit, he was discarded. He was the guy that they basically said, without saying it, we can't do what we want to do with him. We have to get better at that position.
Well, weren't they right? Because as soon as
it
they
worked.
got Stafford, they won.
I think it's one of the rarest things that you're going to see in sports. It's a trade that both teams got exactly what they needed. Both of them. And if the Lions win a Super Bowl, they got a Super Bowl. They got a bunch of draft picks out of it that they were able to turn into very valuable pieces.
And they were built before,
but the Rams won a Super Bowl.
Yes.
So it's not like
you can't lose the trade,
right?
Yeah, you can't lose. Only Detroit can, I guess, make it even. Like you said, both sides win, but they have to win a Super Bowl to make that whole trade work, to make it even on both sides. If you don't get a Lombardi out of it, the Rams will win this trade.
What about going to one and losing?
If you don't win a Super Bowl, the Rams win the trade. Not by much.
I think it's
but
still
they win the trade.
The Lions have never been to a Super Bowl.
I know, but here's the thing: when we're all cosmic dust and the Martians come down and they want to learn about football,
might be happening right now.
The 2021 Rams are going to come up, guaranteed. I'm not sure anything in Detroit that's happened in that time frame is going to come up.
Fair.
It'll be lost to the histories, to the annals of time.
I'm not saying it's a historic moment in the annals of the history of the NFL, but for Lions fans, the first ever trip to the Super Bowl, win it, forget it. But the Lions have never been good for anything other than a season here and a season there. Once in a while,
having great players,
they've had some great players. Barry Sanders, Megatron. They've had great players, but they've never had sustained success.
No,
this is the first time.
This Dan Campbell run has revitalized the entire city. They have rebuilt downtown. They are really going all in, trying to be a top flight American city.
It's
and
a weird
all
deal.
because of this
The
excitement
trade.
around the Lions.
Yeah,
yes.
and like you said, you want another shot at him, and I would love to see it. I think it would be incredible theater.
God,
I love
come
stories. If you said to me, right, the Niners, top of the list, right, as far as Rams
To knock them
rivalries.
off?
No.
Oh.
When you just say the Rams rival it's the San Francisco 49ers.
Yes.
I'm not so sure right now it's not the Lions is number 2.
Next would be the Seahawks. We're not done. That goes back a while. That goes back to before the Rams even came back here. There's been heat.
In history, yes, I'm with you. I'm telling you, in the last 5 or 8 years.
The Legion of Boom era was not fun to be a Rams fan.
Yeah.
So they would be number 2, and then recent history, because of this trade, them.
The
Can't
team,
wait to see them again.
You know the team that I don't ever want to see them ever again?
Who?
Can't beat them. Can't beat them.
Can't beat them. Who?
Haven't.
Can't beat. Who's this?
Packers.
Yes.
Oh, God. There they go again.
Yes.
Yeah, they go again.
The Packers.
So we had this discussion, like, why not the Packers? And I said, maybe I need to reevaluate how I feel about the Packers. The only reason I don't fear the Packers as much is because you don't have to go there.
Yeah.
Part of playing Green Bay is playing them in the cold.
No doubt.
With Josh Jacobs. Bring him here to SoFi, different deal.
They beat him.
But I'm in the playoffs.
No, I'm with you.
Bring
I'm not
them
saying
here
that
in SoFi. Yeah.
I believe somebody should fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure this is right. Matt LaFleur has never lost to Sean McVay.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
and the only time they did win, they got lucky.
That wasn't LaFleur either. That was McCarthy when they fumbled that ball out of the end zone.
Yes. Because LaFleur was here.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. And look, I'll take Sean McVay against anybody, and I'd take Sean McVay against Matt LaFleur if they were playing to just pick a guy. I'm going to take McVay. Sometimes there's just that guy that I can't figure out. Everybody's got that guy.
They got a good roster, too.
They're a good team. They're well coached.
It was floated to me that the only thing holding them back, and I never thought of this, is their quarterback. I never thought Jordan Love was I didn't think he was elite, but I didn't think he was the problem.
I don't think he's either of those things.
I think he's okay.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yeah.
I think if everything else is kind of clicking, he's fine. If you're asking him to do something special, I don't think he's your guy.
To be elite, to raise his game.
And I'll use this as the example because I think it's a perfect example. I'm not even going to use a Mahomes or an Allen. I'm going to use Matthew Stafford. When the Rams won the Super Bowl, they won the Super Bowl because Matthew Stafford did out of his mind what in the fourth quarter. The Rams were out of wide receivers other than Kupp.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I just need you to find a way to get this done. And he did.
Yeah, he did.
And there just aren't a ton of those guys. There might maybe 6 or 7 of them in the league. And to win a Super Bowl, I really do think, unless everything else is a 9 out of 10, you have to have one of those guys.
Of course.
Sorry, LaFleur is 5-0 against McVay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You got to be special there, and Love is not. This is why, and I go back to
who is Josh Jacobs. That's a problem. That's a problem running the football. Look, when they were talking about Kyron Williams in the Pro Bowl, I said, who are the other 3 guys? Barkley, Josh Jacobs, and Gibbs from Detroit.
Okay.
I'm like, that's a pretty good argument.
Yeah.
If you're starting a team with all 4 of those guys on the field at the same time, I don't think Kyron's the starter.
No.
I'm not even sure if he's the backup.
No.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Josh Jacobs is the last guy I want to see when it's cold outside. But if you bring him here, things are different.
I would prefer to just skip them.
Skip them altogether?
Yeah, there's just some teams. It's like, you know what? Just keep them away from me.
Yeah,
it has nothing
I
to
do want Detroit.
You know who? Like, and I'll use a baseball example. Just sometimes it's a team, sometimes it's a guy. And this guy's a good player, but he's not a Hall of Fame player unless he's playing the Dodgers. It's Christian Walker.
Oh yeah,
like Christian Walker. It's like, just hey, you want Aaron Judge or Christian Walker to come up? Give me Aaron Judge. It's great. Like, honestly, give me Aaron Judge.
Not
Keep
that
guy away from me. Like, I don't need that guy as a part of my life. I kind of starting to feel that way about the Packers. Now, hopefully Philly takes him out, and the Rams got dump trucked by Philadelphia. That was a complete smitten, but
I hope somebody knocks Philly out of it. I really do. Philly is a juggernaut. They scare me. I haven't been afraid of a football team like this since Dallas.
Can I throw
since the Emmitt Smith Dallas Cowboys?
I'll tell you why that team doesn't really freak me out the way some other ones do. That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Like if you went to the JCC tonight and you watched two teams play 5-on-5 shirts versus skins, I mean...
Would you go shirts or skins?
I'm going to go shirts, and here's why.
Yeah, because the visceral fat?
Well, besides my being disgusting and my lack of confidence that I'd be like constantly like trying to pull in my gut.
Yeah.
The thing is, I used to play in these 5-on-5 shirts versus skins games pre-COVID.
It's gross.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross.
Okay? Like there's
like
always
came Pollock.
And there's always a guy who's like 50, 60 pounds overweight who you can tell was a decent athlete at one point, but he's just carrying all this extra weight. He's fat, he's sweaty, he's hairy, and he's putting himself all over me. Bro, step back. Okay? Get away from me. Okay? Just get back. If we're gonna play at the JCC, yarmulkes versus no yarmulkes. You feel me?
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. If you're like me, you just don't want to watch the game. You want the best experience every time. That's why Absolute Sport is a game changer. VIP access to the biggest games, exclusive pregame parties, luxury hotels, whether it's courtside, ringside, or the 50-yard line, Absolute Sport makes sure you're there, not just watching, you're living the action. Visit us.absolute-sport.com, that's ABSOLUT-sport, and make your next sporting experience absolutely unforgettable.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
710 ESPN. Your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
You eating any more babies?
That sounds so gross. No, I'm not eating babies.
You only ate one.
That was kind of freaky though. When
you cut right into it too.
Baby Jesus, that's what it
baby
is.
It looks like Casper though.
It does.
It does look like Casper.
It represents
this is baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
But why are there 6 then?
Well, because
Shouldn't there just be one?
It's the big of the exactly. But it's
wow.
It's supposed to just bring family together.
Yeah.
So the more
Rosca
babies.
de Reyes.
Rosca de Reyes.
Trivia question for you: who is Minnesota's backup quarterback? Anybody?
Give me a second.
Daniel Jones.
Nope. He's familiar. We used to play against him a lot.
Minnesota's backup quarterback?
Uh-huh.
Drew Lock?
Nope.
Who is
Nick Mullins.
Nick from the Niners.
From the Niners. He's their backup quarterback. Makes sense. Guess who else is on that roster?
Wait, I thought Daniel Jones was on that team.
I think they did add him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they add Daniel Jones? Let me see.
I want to say yes.
He is on the practice squad.
Okay.
Guess who the third quarterback is? Brett Rippon. Remember that guy?
Well, okay, but that doesn't surprise me all that much.
Yeah.
Because Kevin O'Connell comes from the McVay tree.
Yeah.
Brett Rippon, played football for the Rams for at least a season. So there's got to be some overlap there where
been here 2
terminology, familiarity, all those sorts of
They
things.
have a name for guys like Brett Rippon. You know what it's called? Coach.
Yeah.
At some point, he'll be coach and then offensive coordinator running this exact same offense.
Look,
Crazy, right?
Is there a better job? What and ballpark it for me? What does Brett Rippon make? $500,000?
I bet somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah.
$500,000 to just kind of chill out and pay attention?
Sit and hang out, learn the offense,
Yep.
get ready to teach other people. Absolutely. It's a good job if you can get it.
That is a damn good job. Here's another good job. You should come and hang out with us at Manhattan Beach on Friday. It is our first 710 event of the year of 2025, and it's going to be at Islands in Manhattan Beach, all-day broadcast with Wild Card Football Friday party taking place. It is starting at 9 with me and DeMarco. Mason and Ireland right after us. Sedano and Cap at 3. We'll all be doing our show live and in person with huge giveaways as well. Islands in Manhattan Beach, 3200 North Sepulveda Boulevard. Come on out and hang out with us all day on Friday.
This is a great, very provocative name. Jihad Ward. That kind of says it all, doesn't it? Yeah.
Jihad Ward.
Jihad Ward.
Like jihad? Like jihad?
I'm just saying that's making a statement there. Huh?
What position does he play?
Outside linebacker. He's a pass rusher. Yeah.
He wants to disrupt.
That's perfect, right? Yeah.
Why not?
Like Rip Torn.
That's got to be a stage name. Nobody's named Rip Torn. I know there is a person, but that can't be the real deal.
Duke Nukem, yeah.
Yeah. Here's why I'm not super freaked out by the Eagles in the NFC playoff field.
Why?
Nick Sirianni, that's why.
I think they're going to win despite him, and I think he is...
but doesn't that answer the question right there?
I think he's crazy like a fox, though.
Do you?
I think he's got the keys to their roller skates, because that's an impressive roster.
It is.
There's a lot of egos on that team.
There are.
So if you, think of, who was the hockey coach? Miracle on
Herb
Ice.
Brooks.
If you can make them mad at me, they're not going to turn on each other.
Do you think that's what he's doing?
I think there might be some performance art into what Nick Sirianni's doing.
Fighting with the fans is part of that?
Fighting with the fans, just going at it with people, going at it with your quarterback.
Yeah.
Just making people think you're nuts.
The quarterback and A.J. Brown don't get along.
Yeah, because remember, think about back in the day with T.O. and McNabb.
Yeah.
When T.O. was chasing them around.
Yeah.
They could implode just as soon as they explode. So, but if you're all like, this coach is crazy, you may keep them going in the right direction.
I don't know if he's crazy as much as I think he's not very good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. When you look at the talent on the sidelines of a lot of these high teams, right? You look at the Rams, you look at the Chiefs, you look at both the Chargers and
14-3, they ain't bad.
the no. It's not that, and I'm not saying that he's incompetent, but I'm saying a lot of these come down to decision makings in the moment.
Yeah.
Do I believe that Sean McVay is going to make the right choice? I do. Do I believe that Andy Reid is going to make the right choice? I do. Matt LaFleur, yes. Both Harbaugh brothers.
Do you trust
yes.
Dan Campbell more than Sirianni?
I didn't say Dan Campbell.
I was going to say.
Notice
bad
I didn't
decisions in the moment.
Notice
right.
I didn't say Dan Campbell.
Okay,
that's what I mean. And
yeah.
and there are. I like guys that are emotional. I like guys that are passionate. But I do need a little bit of all right, I'm not going to let the moment get the best of me right here. I'm going to take a step back. I think that's what the Harbaughs, I think that's what Reid, I think that's what McVay, LaFleur, I think they're very good at not letting the emotions get the best of them. Whereas Campbell, I'm going to go for it's like, Coach, I know this is what you do. I know that it's worked for you, but this is the one time you can't do. I need that part of their brain to click on.
Yeah, gamblers wind up broke sometimes. Sometimes they hit big, most of the time they don't. We'll see if that's going to hurt Detroit. But Nick Sirianni, a team that has that much edge to them, if you had, what is the guy from Miami? What is his name?
Mike McDaniel,
Mike McDaniel. I think they roll right over the top of him. I really do. That roster, the way it's constructed.
Well, what
and
Tyreek Hill did yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you get that with Sirianni. I think he may go at you.
I don't think you get that with.
Did you see his answer to Tyreek Hill? I don't have all the information.
Okay.
Yada, yada, yada.
I'm going to give Mike McDaniel a little bit of grace on this one. I think that was if I respond to it right now, it's going to make it, I'm going to buy myself a day.
That's great for the media. I'm talking for your locker room.
Yeah.
You need to come over the top of that quick.
Can he not do that today?
I think you might have missed your opportunity.
Okay.
You can't let your player pop off like that. Next thing you know, you got 5 guys popping off. Then it's half your roster.
I hear you. I don't have a huge problem. I have a problem with what Tyreek Hill said and did. I don't like that at all. But I'm okay with, because, look, we just had our season end. Yeah. We went into that with at least a chance of making the playoffs. Maybe not a great chance with Denver needing to lose that game. But it just came to an end. Tyreek Hill is an emotional person. And I'm not going to get into this now. I'm gonna wait to do this
for the media,
tomorrow.
But
maybe he did do it privately.
What should happen is, if you want to go. What Mike Tomlin? I don't want hostages.
No. Mike Tomlin and Mike McDaniel are not the same guy. They're going to go about it differently.
You just don't do certain things like that. That's why I like Nick Sirianni. He may be crazy he just may be playing crazy, but he may be crazy like a fox.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards that.
Yeah,
You don't go 14-3 by being just nuts.
No, I don't think he's just nuts.
I think there's some genius there.
I think I wouldn't go that far. I think he's got a really good team. I think he's got a really, really good team with a lot of really good players, and I think he's good enough that you're going to win a bunch of games because he's got really good players and he's good enough. But everybody's pretty good right now.
True.
Right? Like they
don't hurt themselves a lot.
No,
they don't make a ton of mistakes.
They're a good team, but again, you're talking about playoff games. You're talking about where a decision that goes wrong is the difference between winning or losing sometimes, or a series of decisions. And if we're going to, Sean McVay's got to make 100 decisions in a game. He's going to make 95 good ones.
Yeah.
If Jim Harbaugh has got to make 100, he's going to make 95 good ones. Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni might make 75 good ones.
What was his last bad decision?
Well, it's just I think it's just the way that he kind of deals with all of the stuff we're talking about, the noise and all that. It seems like he's overly emotional as opposed to being
in game though.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, some players, some teams, some fan bases, they need coaches like that. Especially in Philadelphia.
Well,
and they got some of the craziest fans on the planet.
Philly is going to react based on the result.
Soccer fans go, gosh, y'all crazy.
They're entirely result driven, which, by the way, is fine.
They beat up Santa Claus.
They booed him too.
They booed him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They boo injuries.
We'll see how it goes down. I'll tell you what. I don't know what's going to be more fun: Nick Sirianni as a Super Bowl winner, or Nick Sirianni getting knocked out of the playoffs. That press conference is going to be so much fun either way.
He was on the precipice of getting canned this year.
Right.
Like,
I know.
He really was. Like, what was that, week 5 or 6?
They wouldn't fire him.
Shouting at your quarterback in front of your team, in front of the fan, you're crazy. But he may be crazy like a fox. You never know.
You guys were talking about the Dolphins game as well. Was that the last we see of Aaron Rodgers, you think? Do you think he actually walks out, retires, or is he going to be somewhere else next year, you think?
I think they're stuck with him.
The Jets?
I really do. Where else do you go?
There's one team that jumps to the top of the list.
What?
Cleveland.
No, them. Where do you go for a quarterback?
Draft, start over.
Again?
I mean, shoot, why not? I mean, they had Aaron Rodgers for a whole season. It didn't work.
You may have to keep him, hire a coach, and then draft and develop.
Can you imagine the circus if Aaron Rodgers is back, if Rex Ryan is the coach, if it's the New York Jets just being the New York Jets, it's the New York – that is a recipe for an absolute S show.
At least you'd be interesting. Hire a milquetoast coach and draft a rookie. Great. That's fun, Hard Knocks. At least have fun with them being a train wreck.
He's 40 – what is he, 41?
He's old.
He's 40-something years – he is not the
41.
answer to my problem. You know what I mean? Like, I just think if the thing is one more shot, I think that happens somewhere like Cleveland, where you just say, you get him to play basically for nothing. You convince him that this is a legacy play. Let's go take one last shot at this.
I don't think there's any place out there for him but where he is right now, unless he wants out.
He may. And look.
And if he says he wants to stay,
I'm kind of brainstorming right now on the 31 other teams and where he may or may not go. And I'm kind of drawn up. But here's the thing, DeMarco. Weird blank happens, and it only takes one team to do something dumb for a guy like that to get another shot.
Trade Aaron to Arizona and trade Kyler up there. How about that?
I like that because the more Aaron Rodgers that the Rams get to play, great. Look, I'm not. He's done the thing.
Yeah,
I'm not scared of him anymore.
He's getting up there.
I'm not scared of him anymore.
Like, remember that first drive up in New York?
I'm not scared of him anymore.
Until you hit him, he wasn't going to miss.
Everybody can have a drive, and I'm not saying he's not walking straight to the Hall of Fame. He is. He's a great player in his time. His time's over. The list of quarterbacks that have been good in their 40s is exactly one person long.
Because nobody survives that long.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he's well into his 40s. Tom Brady is the one guy that did it. Aaron Rodgers is not a guy that I'm scared of anymore.
Okay, how many picks do you think he's thrown this year? Take a guess.
10.
He's thrown 11. How many touchdown passes?
25.
28.
Okay.
That ain't bad.
No, it's not.
His passer rating of 90.
But here's what I'm saying. This goes back to what we were talking about a segment or two ago. I don't think he's special anymore. Is he competent? Sure, but
do you think a rookie beats those numbers in year one?
Not in year one, no. But I'm also, the Jets are not a year away from the Jets again. Need to start over.
Yeah.
And they're not run a 42-year-old quarterback out there. I think he's in the league, to answer Emily's question. I think he's on a team. I think he plays. But I don't think it's in New York.
Two declarations. Kansas City will not three-peat.
Okay.
And Aaron Rodgers will be a Jet in 2025.
Okay.
Two things. January 6th.
I think you might go over. I think you might go 0 for 2. I think you might go 0 for 2.
It's Greg's coffee that's got me going. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. I'll put it to you this way. I think the Chiefs are more likely to win again than Aaron Rodgers is to be the quarterback of the Jets.
Okay. We'll see. I just don't see where you go. Like, who do you get?
Where are they picking? They're picking like 5th or 6th.
They're 7.
7.
That was the other thing. Somebody, there's a Patriot fan in here. He's mad because they lost the number 1 pick. So I'm like, wait a minute. Did you want Shador or Travis Hunter?
This is not the year that you got number 1.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not
that good. Picking 4.
You can flip it. I get that, but flip it to who for what? Like, this is there's not a Andrew Luck sitting there.
Yeah.
There's not a guy a Cam Newton that I have to have him. I have to have that guy. It's
you're picking
mighty
4.
turnout. Yeah,
that's not bad.
I mean, that's what we thought with the Panthers-Bears trade. Forget Bryce Young, but then look what it turned out to be.
Look, there's always an example as to why it doesn't work, but you can't tank in football. It doesn't work. You're going to get killed.
Yeah.
I
don't know how you tell a team to lose.
The players are always going to try.
Yeah.
So this isn't a baseball game where I can just not put a pitcher out there who's going to get anybody out.
Okay.
Right? This isn't a basketball game where I'm just not going to put you in the game.
Right.
Somebody has to play.
Right. And try to score.
And try to
keep them out of the end
zone.
zone.
Try to survive.
Right. You
try
want them
to
miss
literally
the field
just
goal?
walk off the damn field.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, I might not be on your team next year. I got to show people I can make field goals. I got to catch the ball. I got to block this guy.
I really need you to miss this.
No. No.
Right.
Look, I'm not saying Gerard Mayo's a good head coach. Yeah. I haven't watched enough of him to have a strong opinion.
Yeah.
I will say that I don't think anybody deserves a one and done in anything. Unless there's like gross incompetence.
That's really premature.
It's really
like Urban
fast.
Meyer.
Unless you've got a guy in mind already.
Or this was the plan all along.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And I heard Robert Kraft's argument that this is the hardest decision he ever made.
And he put it on himself. He said,
I
put him in a bad position. He was not ready to be a head coach, is what Kraft
That's what he said?
saying. Yeah.
He said he wasn't ready to be a head coach?
I put him in an untenable situation, is what Kraft said.
That's not a cool
that
thing
really
to say.
makes me hate the Patriots more.
That's not a look. If the plan was we had the greatest NFL coach in history on our sideline for 20 plus years, which is not far fetched to say. Whoever came in next was going to be swimming uphill, and
why did you hire him? Then?
Because I need somebody to just kind of wear this for a year, so I can go get the guy that I need. So I can go, but what makes that so weird?
Crappy.
I'm not saying it isn't. I agree with you, it is, but that may be the thought process.
Yeah.
What made it weird, because I think they're going to end up hiring a guy that they could have hired a year ago.
Who?
Vrabel.
He seems to be the front runner.
Vrabel is a natural there. Vrabel is a good coach.
Is that the right guy for Drake May?
Maybe he's not an offensive-minded guy. He's obviously a defensive player, but Mike Vrabel's a good head coach. I don't think a good head coach is ever a bad hire, even if he's a defensive-oriented one. Hire a good offensive assistant.
I'm trying to think how that Tennessee run ended.
Not great.
Because they couldn't wait to get him out of town at the end.
But was anybody saying the reason that Tennessee came apart is because Mike Vrabel lost it? I don't think so.
That was more the relationship between Vrabel and the ownership that came apart rather than them being as
How many times did they make the playoffs?
Team. A bunch.
Tennessee made the let me see.
Yeah.
Let me look. Okay.
A bunch. We'll look and we'll get the number
go
for
ahead.
you. The Lakers.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like we're saying that they're okay.
Rui.
Rui. Yeah, you got a Rui thing. I want you to explain your Rui thing.
Or rebound.
It's Rui and Kyler Murray. Those are the people on DeMarco's list. That's next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. All right. You ready? It's cold. It is cold. And then it was also, was it Saturday? Or no, Sunday. It was at the Rams game. It was hot. Hot, cold, which means you could be running your air conditioner, you could be running your heater. So why not get Next Gen on the phone and make sure that you have year-round coverage for just $14.99 a month. And here's what you get. Comprehensive plumbing, heating, and AC solutions. So there's no unexpected issues, just total home comfort, whether it's hot or it's cold. You get complimentary multi-point heating and cooling tune-ups. You get plumbing and safety inspections. And what I think is the best part of this package, VIP guaranteed 2-hour priority service points. If you've ever had to call to get your heating looked at, the plumbing looked at, the air conditioning looked at, yeah, good luck if they're out there anytime soon. 2 hours at NextGen with member-exclusive savings. So call 833-3NEXTGen. That's 833-3NEXGEN. Sign up today and become a NextGen VIP. You can also go to nextgenairandplumbing.com for more information.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
I'm here with Dr. Monica Madden. Explain Invisalign to me, because I think when people see that word and they see the price tag, sometimes they get scared off, but it's actually a pretty big improvement. When I grew up, I had braces and I had those big metal brackets along my teeth. If I came to Beverly Hills Ortho in 2024, I don't necessarily need that metal, do I?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started out with braces only, and then Invisalign came along, and it's like putting a plastic tray on your teeth, switching it out every week, and all of a sudden, months into it, your teeth are much straighter. Now, it feels like putting a glove on your hand. It's so comfortable, and it's easy. Like no emergencies, no pokey wires, no broken brackets. It's really straightforward and great.
Here's how you get in touch with Beverly Hills Ortho. Call this number, 877-7-LET'S-DO-THIS. That's 877-753-8736 or BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for every moment of the Los Angeles Kings.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season in only one place. Easy to access, easy to find, easy to enjoy every Kings game and your favorite Kings podcast.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text HIM to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text HIM to 321-321. That's HIM to 321-321.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
If I had Justin Jefferson, I would spam him the ball every play.
Is that what we're going to get on Monday?
Especially when I get in the red zone. Yeah, wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you throw the ball to him on first and second down?
I'm not a football coach, but I don't have a good answer for you. I mean, he's the best player on the field.
Why would you wait until fourth down to throw him the ball?
They went 14-3, so they obviously have an idea what to do, but they did not look like they were ready for whatever that was last night.
No.
Like that was a big game, a lot on the line.
Yeah.
And they got run over.
And he was showing signs of frustration with his quarterback, and they quickly kind of quelled it. Get up. Don't show him up. We're a team here. But you can tell he's I don't know what. You got man coverage on the outside with Justin Jefferson. Man coverage.
Yeah.
In the red zone, and you go the opposite way to Hawkinson.
Whose fault is that? Is that the quarterback for not checking out of it? Like, whatever the call is in the huddle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going, but I go to the line of scrimmage, and I see Justin Jefferson singled up.
Ultimately, Sam Darnold. I don't care what comes off the bench.
I agree
when you
with you.
see that, you go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, any smart quarterback would do that. It didn't make sense at all. Maybe they weren't trying to show stuff. I don't know. Maybe they wanted the Rams.
I would, under normal circumstances, I'd say, okay, but I don't care who the opponent is. You'd rather not play and be gifted into the second round than say we'd want the Rams.
So I'm just, maybe that's that post-game handshake. We'll see you in 2 weeks. So you'll lose. You'll play the Rams, beat them, and we'll see you again. Maybe that's what it is. We'll lose this game.
No.
Dan Campbell and O'Connell.
No,
so lose this game. You'll get the Rams, and then we'll see you again.
No, the Vikings were trying to win. They just played like garbage.
Oh, my God. I don't know why. That just bothers me. Why would you go
Look,
away from the best weapon
I'll
in the
be
game?
honest.
Yeah.
I'm happy they look bad. I really am.
I'm not.
I know how you're thinking. You think they're going to get it fixed and
Dead
all these
cat
things.
bounce, man. Yeah.
You're the pro athlete in the group. That's not me. I'm a regular guy that thinks like a regular guy.
Yeah.
If things are grooving, I think things are grooving. If all of a sudden we get slapped around right before we're about to go play the biggest game of the season, I don't love that. Wait, why did they do it? What did we show them? Why didn't we go and do this? Why was our best guy a non-factor? Why did our quarterback, who looked so good for the entire season, finally under some very bright lights, look like that guy that's bounced around the league for a few years?
So football practice is the only sport where you practice more than you play. So you got a coach that's telling you, okay, we're lazy, we're not doing things right, we're going to get our ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
And you wind up winning 8 games in a row doing with those bad habits. But he keeps telling you at some point we're going to get our ass beat if we keep doing X, Y, and Z. And then you lose. And then you start to listen to him. Right. And then you start to fix things a week before you play the Rams or whoever else. That's what I'm worried about. See, I told you if we don't do this, we're going to lose. And now they start to listen, and now you get the best Minnesota Viking squad that you possibly can see.
This would be the team. If you gave me the entire NFC field, the Vikings would be my second choice to play behind the Commanders.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't have put the Commanders up because of their quarterback.
And it's a good argument because Jaden Daniels can move his feet, and he's terrific. But I will take the inexperience at that
even
position.
Geno
in the first
Smith had some good scrambles.
Geno made $6 million yesterday.
I'm just what I'm saying. But even Geno Smith had good scrambles. Kyler Murray had Jalen Hurts did damage. Every mobile quarterback that's come through here, even Tui had Tui. What's his name from Minnesota? Tua.
Yeah.
Had some scrambles, got out of trouble. All that stuff. I hate mobile quarterbacks this year.
I'm sure that the flight back to Seattle wasn't great. You lost the game. You didn't make the playoffs. But I bet you somewhere Geno Smith, I know he got a little dinged up at the end of the game, but he's flying back on. I made $6 million today.
But he's made some dough.
Yeah, it's still $6 million.
It's $6 million more dollars in his bank. I'm sure he's happy. But I would, if I'm him, am I coming back here next year?
Yeah, they're good.
Are you sure
Yeah.
Seattle's going to pay him $60 million?
Okay, so this goes back to the conversation we were having about Aaron Rodgers a minute ago. Geno Smith is not 40 years old. Geno Smith is in the top half of the league. Okay, not by a mile, but he's in the top half of the league. Unless something falls into your lap, you're not finding a better player than Geno Smith. You got to bring him back.
100%. I
And by the way, they won 10 games.
I bet they let him go.
Why? Because of the price?
He's not elite.
No, he's not. But who's elite that you're going to get?
But you're going to have to pay him like he's elite. Same thing with San Francisco and Purdy. You're going to have to pay them like they're elite.
That's a different conversation. You're right. But if you got to pay him like he's Patrick Mahomes, then you got a decision to make. But if you can pay him like he's good, not great, and he realizes this is a better – look.
His agent's going for great, and you know that.
I get it. Yeah. But if there's somebody that's willing to pay him the $50 million that he's elite, then go take it, and maybe it's not Seattle. But if it's somewhere in the more middle of the pack range, I wouldn't want to go anywhere else.
Honestly speaking, how much sleep do you lose the night before playing Geno Smith?
Not a ton, but I would rather see Kyler Murray there. I would rather see, like, Brock Purdy. The Niners scare me. Purdy doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray doesn't scare me
fully
at
stocked
all.
and healthy San Francisco should scare everybody.
Sure. That's what I'm saying. But Geno Smith's good. Like, he's not great, but he's good. He doesn't –
He's good, but he wants great money, which will cost you other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might cost you
know
a
what's
DK
funny about
Metcalf.
this?
Yeah.
This is the conversation the Rams could be having in a week.
Of course.
This is a conversation.
Except
exactly this.
Stafford is 36 going on 37.
That's
this
what
is different.
It is different, and
that's father time. This is. I don't think you're worth the money you want.
These teams are in really similar spots where they're good, but the quarterback is about to get a big payday or is already on the books for a big payday. And making that decision.
Great question. Do you think Geno Smith should make more money than Matthew Stafford?
In a vacuum? No.
I don't care. Vacuum, not vacuum.
In the scale of the way that the NFL is constructed, he probably will.
Should Trevor Lawrence make more money than?
Of course not.
That's where they are. That's the choice they got to make.
Of course not.
And there's a good chance that might be the last time we see him in a Seahawks uniform. There's a good chance of that.
Good.
Me too.
As somebody that's in an NFC West, if you, because they're picking, I think 18th or something like that.
Yeah.
Go get a
What if they
kid.
flopped quarterbacks? Arizona and Seattle. Wouldn't that be something?
They'd both be about the same.
Right.
Don't you think?
Kyler Murray in Seattle might actually work better than Arizona.
Kyler Murray's 5'4". Like I've been accused of being a height bully a lot in my life. I don't want a small quarterback.
No.
Full stop.
But, dude, he can
hey,
still
what about
move.
Drew Brees?
He
hey,
can
what
still
about
move. No.
Drew Brees was 1 in a million.
Yes.
Okay? They don't come around. There's a reason they're all 6'5".
Yes.
And it's not because it's cute.
Or at least 6 feet.
They're never small. He's tiny.
But he can move.
I heard somebody say,
can
well,
scoot.
Dylan Gabriel's what?
Dylan Gabriel's what?
A first-round quarterback. I'm like, are you out of your
really?
mind?
How tall is he?
Not 6'4", not 6 foot.
Yeah, I think Kyler Murray will be the last of the first pick in the drafts that are under 6 feet.
Never.
At quarterback.
And look, I get it. He's a freak. He's a
super
freak.
fast.
He's super, and he's a super athlete, right? He's first-round pick in baseball. He's a first-round pick in the NFL.
I think he's going to be wasted down there.
He's not big enough. He can't see. Like, stop me. Look, I'm not a football coach, okay?
Yeah.
But to me, being able to see seems important as a quarterback. Am I wrong?
It definitely helps.
Most offensive linemen are what, 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", and when they stand up real tall.
When Stetson Bennett is taller than you, that's an issue.
Stetson Bennett's teeny.
He's not very big. They're both not very big.
It is a Michelob Reaction Monday. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Rams, of course, playing on Wild Card Monday night against the Vikes 1 week from tonight at SoFi. We've been talking about it all day long on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN. Hot and Cold's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland is next after Travis and DeMarco.
A player that flipped to Oregon because he was going to get his own shoe.
Phil Knight said, if you go to Oregon, I'll make you your own shoe.
Yes.
If you were being recruited and Phil Knight called you and goes, hey, Mace, I will make the Air Mace.
Yeah, I would definitely do it for the Air Mace. Because when I get in the air, look out.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL, realfathersrights.com/710, or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
These abs, these eyes, my buys and tries. New year, same me. Time to hit the marketplace. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Brian McKnight, live February 14th.
Number 2.
Morongo pays you more. Our progressive jackpots are over $680,000.
And the number 1 reason.
Get tickets for the Big Game Blitz now. Big screens, great drinks, great food, big fun.
Morongo, good times.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LEARN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LEARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LEARN.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
All right, what's hot is on Friday, LeBron James broke Michael Jordan's record for the most 30-point games in NBA history. Only took him 7 more seasons, which is something to put out there, LeBron. But another record in LeBron's name. So, guys, what do you guys think about? When you think about LeBron, you think about this record?
I don't. Do you?
No.
I don't think about this record at all.
No, there's this.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, something like that LeBron James can still score 30 points at 40 years old is remarkable. It is a remarkable achievement, and LeBron is a remarkable player, and LeBron is one of, if not the greatest player of all time. He's somewhere in that top 3, 4, 5, whatever you want to do it. I get every time I see LeBron and Michael Jordan's name show up in the same sentence, I can't roll my eyes any harder. It's like I get it; they're both awesome. I'm a Jordan guy.
But they're completely different.
They're different, but it's just one of these. You're not changing anybody's mind.
No,
you're
I'm dug in.
Yeah, it's just
on most anything you can have an argument except for this.
Yeah, I LeBron is great, Michael Jordan is great, but when I see stuff like this, I just know what it's about to launch, and it bores me to death.
You ever seen the movie Highlander? About movies about immortals, people that last forever.
Yes.
If you found out the richest guy on the planet was immortal, would you be shocked?
No.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron is 40, still playing at a high level. He's going to have every record before he's done.
Right.
This is not shocking to me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised if he doesn't have every record by the time he's done with this. And
he might.
It's surprising it took him this long, that Michael Jordan held it for this long, that it took LeBron 7 more seasons.
The only record he's never going to get is the one that matters the most. He's not going to win 11 championships.
No, he's not. I'm going to feel so old what I'm about to say.
What?
It might bum you out a little bit, too. Because I don't just feel... You had to have seen Michael to really understand what it was. It's not just the numbers.
That sounds old.
I know. And I hate myself for saying it. But...
Yeah.
There's been exactly 2 athletes that I've ever seen in my entire life that no matter how extraordinary the thing they did, I wasn't even a little surprised. Him and Tiger. That no matter matter what it was, there was never a you've got to be kidding. He did what? It was like, yeah, it's Michael Jordan. Of course he did that. It's Tiger Woods. Of course he did that. LeBron's and this is why I hate this argument. It's not to disparage LeBron in any way. I don't feel like that with LeBron. I felt like that with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, this kid tried to tell me Barry Sanders was overrated.
Oh, stop.
The next word out of my mouth was
Barry Sanders was on a bad team.
I'm just
but beyond
you
that,
had to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what's cold is the Vikings buying up tickets. So I saw this article from Albert Breer in Sports Illustrated, and he talked about how the Vikings organization spent nearly $2 million on tickets to the Lions game. Okay, so in the days leading up to the game, the Vikings took the unusual measure of buying 1,900 tickets for the road game on the secondary market at about $1,000 a piece, for a total of approaching $2 million. and then they would offer it to season ticket holders, family members, people on the team that they would know would go to the game to buy on a much lower price.
To buy them back. So the team bought a block and then
resold them to their fans at a discount.
At a discount. I think the $200 was the cheapest ticket you could get. And so they wanted to basically invade into Ford Field. This is a good idea.
If your ownership wants to go take a hair, great.
That's kind of cheap, don't you think?
What do you mean?
Buying a block of tickets for your fans to buy, that's kind of cheap.
Why?
Cheap. I don't know. It just seems weird.
You're
buying a block of tickets somewhere on the road.
It's generous. You're trying to hook up your fans.
I know. Like, your fans wouldn't do it anyway. You're trying to give them a break, I guess.
Well, you're asking them. It's a big. You got to travel. You got to stay somewhere. You got to buy a ticket
on beer. How about that?
You're giving them an incentive to go and invade Ford Field.
I just never heard that before.
It's a new one for me.
That's kind of weird. I don't think anybody else is going to do that.
Well, the Kelly Stafford and Matthew Stafford, they bought up all those tickets that one year to try to keep them out of people's hands and distribute them to Rams fans.
That was in LA.
For the playoff game?
Yeah. I think it was a playoff game. Or it was a Niner game.
So it was Matthew Stafford.
Here.
Staffords.
That's different. That's here. You're fighting a different battle here.
It's a different battle, but it's the same thing. You're taking them out of one people's hands and putting them in another.
Okay.
I like that they tried to go take Ford Field. I mean, attempted.
Interesting.
Look, how many people are in Ford Field? 70,000, give or take? How many tickets did they buy? 2,000?
Yeah.
Good luck.
They're trying to get behind the stage. They also bought the ones behind the bench.
I appreciate the sentiment, but the practicality of it all, it's like,
okay, good luck with that. Okay.
You're outnumbered 68,000 to 2.
I ain't going to hate on it, but that just seems kind of weird. That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, like I feel like, say the Steelers organization bought out the benches behind Raven.
They wouldn't have to do that, would they?
Well,
but put it to this way.
Steelers don't take over the Ravens.
Let's flip it on its head. Let's say the Rams beat the Vikings.
The Rams beat the Vikings.
Okay, they're going to Detroit to play next week, 2 weeks from now.
Yes.
Okay, and Stan Kroenke said, I'm going to buy 2,000 tickets. I'm going to pay a premium to get them, and I'm going to give them to my 2,000 best Rams season ticket holders. If you can get there, here's your ticket.
Okay, going there makes sense.
That's what they did.
Going there, the Minnesota and Detroit have a rival. I guess they do.
They're divisional
rivals. For the number one seed.
Is it hot? Is it a heated rival? I mean,
division number one
Detroit
seed
has always been Detroit.
Division number one seed.
Okay, all right. Okay, you got me.
I'm just saying it would be.
You got me with that. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
I think it's a interesting tactic, and I think that it's trying to get your team to have some advantage.
Like I said, discount beer.
You know what's
free parking.
Okay, I want to
do that for your fans.
I want to. Let's talk about that for a second because I think we're onto something here.
Yeah.
The people that own these teams, okay, the Kroenkes are a good example of this, are so unbelievably wealthy. Right, billionaires, time after time after time, and most of the people that own these teams are in similar situations. That they don't throw around a few $1,000,000 here or there to just do things like this. Hey, you know what? You know what we're going to do today? Everybody parks for free. Once every other day. Hey, you know what? Today beers instead of being $12, they're $2.
Yeah.
To just buy some goodwill, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really affect the bottom line in a profound way. It buys. Artie Moreno lowered beer prices when he bought the Angels by a quarter. It's been 20 years and people still talk about it.
By 25 cents.
He dropped price. DeMarco, he bought the team and he's like, you know what he did?
Adds up.
You know, the first thing I'd like to do is he bought the cheapest cup of beer. They dropped it by a quarter and everybody went, holy smoke, this guy's the best.
Wow. I want the Costco guy.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are $2. That's it. Forever.
Wrong.
End of meat, $2.50. $1.50.
$1.50 and a drink.
There
Don't
you
you
go.
dare leave
Forever.
the drink out of there.
My bad. Forever.
The Rams have had sometimes an issue of other teams coming in and being there in full force. Buy him up and give him to Rams
but
fans.
that's a lot of people that have already bought them and they're selling
The
them.
Rams buy their own seats and then give them away?
You can't do that because if I bought
you can't do that.
If I bought seats, right? I own 4 seats and I'm not going and I want to sell them to Niner fans, you can't stop me from doing that.
Right.
It's the unsold seats that you could kind of say.
I can put
Or
your
you
name
buy 'em
on
on
a
secondary
list,
market?
right? This guy sold his seats to the Niners.
Yeah, but I'm going to buy
this
them again.
guy.
I'm going to buy season tickets again next year. You really want to kick me out?
No.
Or you say, if you wear a Rams jersey, you get 1 free beer or a BOGO beer.
Something like that.
And so, it looks better on TV.
So you know what happens, right? a bunch of fans show up wearing Rams jerseys, get the beer, and take it off.
I know.
But at least it's good for a shot on
I'm
TV.
not saying there aren't flaws in the plan. I'm fully aware that there are.
I know Ballmer paid for everybody's concessions the last day at Staples Center.
Did he
paid
really?
for everybody's
There you
concessions.
Like
go.
just again, he like John has said 100 times.
Yeah.
Steve Ballmer's richer than the other 29 guys combined. So,
Okay.
but at the end of a billionaire is a billionaire.
Yeah, yeah.
And so if I can just for one day, I'm just going to buy good. Marty Moreno dropped him by a quarter, and it's lasted 20
Happy.
years.
I like that.
20 years.
The rich guy walks into the bar and does this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all on me. Good.
Yes. Hey, you know what, guys? I got this.
On me. Yeah.
Hey,
You got it.
Hey, you know it's gonna be a couple $100,000. I don't care.
Yep.
Fine. I got that in between the cushions of my couch.
What was that song? I got one more drink. One whiskey, one bourbon, one beer. That's right.
Game Day Comfort is powered by NextGen, the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGen and snag their $88 drain cleaning special today. You know
Don't
what
sell your tickets.
You know what I'd be great at, DeMarco?
What?
I mean, just great at
what?
Spending other people's money.
Oh,
like
second only to me.
I would just dominate.
6 bottles of wine.
And lobster. Yes.
Jorge knows what's up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would be a great patron of the arts. I would love to just spend my money and give it to all
a
these
great
things.
patron of the arts with your money. Hey,
You dang right.
You know what
Sure.
I do?
What?
Like if you said to me, Trav, you know what? This is going. I want you to go have a great weekend. Go, just bring me the bill. Don't ever say
Sure. Absolutely.
that. Don't ever say. I would spend you know
I
what
would call
out
you
of
from
your
Timbuktu.
money.
Yep.
The Dump is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. All right. Playoff time, right? It is football playoff time, which means it is still a great time to do Prize Picks. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks. It's the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. And right now, it's always incredibly easy to use. And right now, they're going to hook you up. If you use the promo code TRAV, T-R-A-V, they're going to give you $50 instantly when you play that first $5 lineup. Here's what I'm going to play coming up on the Rams game a week from today. Lamar Jackson, I should say the wild card weekend. Lamar Jackson is at home against the Steelers. Is he going to throw for 213.5 yards? I think he is. I'm going to take more. Russell Wilson against the Ravens. Is he going to throw for 197.5 yards? I don't think he is. I'm going to take less. That's Prize Picks. More or less, it really is that easy. And right now, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. But why not get the $50 for free, right? Use that promo code TRAV when you put the app on your phone and you play your first $5 line. Win or lose, you get the $50 guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Don't forget that promo code TRAV, T-R-A-V.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland weekdays at noon.
So I'm going to be with my in-laws down in La Jolla. They do not have Netflix.
Do you have a Netflix account?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get it on your phone.
Is that it?
Or your laptop. Or your laptop.
Can I get it on the TV? I want to watch it on TV. Can I not get it on
might
TV?
Be tough to airplay it, but
You can screen mirror it.
yeah, screen mirror. Yeah.
They're super smart people, so I like way smarter than me. Like I just feel so out of place. Like how did I get into this house?
Well, if you don't know how to use Netflix on your computer, then you shouldn't belong in that house.
So I can get Netflix on my computer too?
Yeah, it's an app.
Have you been under the impression that the only way you could ever watch Netflix is your TV in your house?
I'll be honest. Yes.
Steve Mason and John Ireland next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Ooh, that's funny. Some kids don't know. Like Michael Jordan. They think the Jordan is just a shoe. No, he was an actual player, and he was really good. That thing you see, that image, no, he actually really did that. Yeah, a couple times.
Two guys, and I'm sure there are other guys in other sports that I'm sure Gretzky was probably like this as well, and Messi or
another
other
guy
guys.
You wouldn't believe you didn't see.
But Tiger Woods, there was if you said, "Can you believe that Tiger Woods?" Stop. Yes, I believe it.
Yes,
I don't. I do not care what's coming out of your mouth next.
Yes, I thought you were going to say like, "Can you believe he cheated?"
Let me rephrase. Can you believe Tiger Woods? Yes.
Everything, yes.
Fill in the blank. Yes, I believe it.
As a matter of fact, I can.
I can, yes.
The only thing that would have been like, no, Tiger Woods missed a 2-footer to win the Masters.
I can't believe that.
Nope, that didn't happen.
Can't believe that at all.
Now, if you said Greg Norman, yeah, sure.
Is his son going to be special? Or is he already special?
Hard to tell.
Okay.
He's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know that world well enough to offer a
He's
sharper.
got every advantage in the
He swings the golf club like his old man. That's a good start.
And I'm sure he doesn't have to worry about going to college.
No.
Or how to pay for it.
He seems to love golf.
Yeah.
He seems to love competing, which is great. And he's really, really good, but so are all those other guys that are out there.
But yeah, Charlie Woods is not filling out FAFSA. Let's just say
that. Yeah, that's what, right. And
by the way,
play golf
it's open again for those of you that are in the market.
Don't get me started.
Hand in the air. FAFSA filing is open for the 2025 school year, if that's where you land. Teoscar Hernandez will play right field for the Dodgers next season when they try to defend their title. The outfielder was at Dodger Stadium on Friday after agreeing to rejoin the team on a $66 million 3-year deal. Quote, I had my mind clear that I wanted to come back and I was going to do anything in my power to make it work and be back with the Dodgers.
$66 million, 3 years.
Yeah.
That's $33 million a year.
22,
$22 million a year.
Yes.
Did you see him as a $22 million a year player?
Nope. Thought he'd get more.
You thought he'd get more than $22 million a year?
I thought he might get the total value of it, because he got about that last year, a little bit more than that last year. It's a great deal for the Dodgers. It's a great deal for Teo.
Where would you sum him up? Like great player, good player,
good player,
good player,
good player.
So good players make $22 million a year.
Yes,
unreal. I played the wrong sport.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
they
do. Hit that kid in a fastball.
And he is at the better end of good players. Right,
he's at the better end of the good player
if you've got
pool.
You got rank and file.
Yep.
Okay, guys that you have.
What's rank and file making? 15?
Less than that, but it's got 2 commas.
Okay.
Yeah.
More.
Okay,
yeah.
so you got rank and file, and then you've got pretty good. He's beyond that, and then you got good.
So he's good.
And then after good is great. He's not great. He's at the end of good.
Great is all-star. So he's just below all-star.
He has been an all-star.
$22 million.
But what I like about it, he's in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to carry a team. He needs to be the 5th best player on this team night in and night out. Occasionally be their best guy.
We don't have to worry about money.
Right. They deferred a bunch of this money again, which, by the way, every team can do. The Dodgers don't have a special dispensation.
He's not deferring cash, right?
Yeah, he is. He's deferring.
He's deferring cash, too?
He is, yeah.
My goodness. A lot of trust in this bank.
Yeah.
A lot of trust.
It is a printing press of money.
A lot of trust in this planet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to put him in right field, which is his more natural position. So Michael Conforto probably plays a little bit more left.
Who's in center?
Pius
Edmund?
at the moment.
Pius? Okay.
At the moment.
And Mookie at second.
Mookie, it's short at the moment.
It's short? I thought he was going back to
which
second.
Which brings me to the next topic.
Oh.
The Dodgers have signed or in agreement with Korean infielder Haesung Kim on a 3-year, $12.5 million deal, who is a mostly all-glove, no-hit guy. Okay?
Where does he play?
He plays middle infield.
So anywhere in the middle infield.
He plays
shortstop and second base.
He can play a little third, too, if you got to have it. But Max Muncy's going to play third base.
So what are you saying? Mookie's going back to right
I'm saying
field?
they didn't go to Korea to get a guy to not play him.
Okay, so...
And Mookie is going to play in the infield.
So you're going to second base.
Right.
So who's...
Which means poor Gavin Lux is... look, if he...
You got your wish.
It's not my wish exactly, but I like it. That Gavin Lux is the odd man out in this. And the other guy that should probably be checking the details of his contract, Chris Taylor.
Two guys that you've been trying to get out of here for years.
Chris Taylor, what this Kim guy is, he's kind of a jack of all trades. He can play the infield. He can play the outfield if you need to do it. He runs really well. He's very good at defense. And he's just kind of
a super glove who can't hit.
He's a super utility guy.
I'll take that.
Kike ain't going anywhere.
No, I'll take that.
Yeah. So Dodgers continue to reload.
Unbelievable.
Let me ask you this, and I only know this because I read this morning. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. How long do you think it's been since somebody's repeated as World Series champion?
At least 20. Is it 20 years?
Keep going.
There's longer?
It's 25.
25. Who was the last?
The Yankees.
The Yankees were the last repeat
in
winner.
2000.
Was that 25 years ago?
It's a quarter of a century ago.
Oh, my God. Wow.
It's a quarter of a century ago. And right now, if you're just... The Dodgers are obviously the betting favorite. The Dodgers on paper are the favorite.
That was Jeter, right?
Yeah.
That was the Jeter Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
What prevents them from doing it this year? Other than just the randomness of sports.
Injury?
That's it, right?
Injury to your pitching staff?
Injury. The pitching staff got annihilated last year.
Yeah.
They won the World Series anyway.
It never happened again.
Probably. Well,
yeah.
I mean, they got 11
Games where
starting.
You punted, you won? Come on. Right.
By the way, start the clock. I think it's January 15th is the day where Roki Sasaki's officially allowed to sign.
Yeah.
January 15th at 12:01, you can go ahead and pencil him in for the Dodgers. I'm willing to bet.
Okay, fair enough.
I think you're going to have like 9 starting pitchers.
That would be besides the randomness of baseball and what New York is doing.
The Mets?
The Yankees.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides that and some other team
it's going to be
making it their year, injury. That's the only
randomness
thing.
of baseball is the answer, and they seem to have been pretty...
But the randomness would for baseball would knock you out of the playoffs at least once. That hasn't happened. At least once. That's random.
No, I disagree with that. The randomness of baseball can get you knocked out in a short series. Over 162 games, the best team is almost never going to miss the playoffs. Almost never. Almost never.
Okay.
It's 6 months. If I have the best team over 6 months.
Or at least not winning the division.
Maybe not. Well, they didn't. One time in the 13 years, they missed it once.
That's still not random.
They won. You know how many games they won the year they didn't win the division?
How many?
105.
This is ridiculous. Come on. How can you be a fan?
Happy birthday
this is terrible.
to one of your fans, or to one of your people that you are a fan of, I should say. Gil Arenas turns 42 years old
Gilbert
today.
Arenas, yes.
Gilbert Arenas.
I didn't become a fan until after he stopped
You like his
playing.
pod, right?
He's funny, and he gets right to it. And you know what? He's a big LeBron apologist.
Was Gil was he a Cav?
I don't think he was a Cav, but he's a big-time LeBron apologist.
Okay.
He says LeBron may be the GOAT.
Wizard, right?
He might be.
Yeah.
That's fine. If that's how you think, that's fine. You can be wrong with that. I don't care. But
The only people really going out on a limb for LeBron are the people that played against him.
I get it.
And that matters a lot to me.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's not the wrong answer unless you saw Michael Jordan.
Exactly. I don't think they did.
Yeah. And then if you saw Michael Jordan, another guy that we both really like. I don't think we want him anywhere near a football team, but we both really like him. Fun. If I just said, hey, this is going to be fun. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is going to be great.
Who's
Turn
that?
on the TV. This will be fun, I promise, in football.
Who?
Jameis Winston.
Oh, my God.
Turns 30 today.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh.
Only 30. I feel like he's been around forever.
Well, because he has, right? So he showed up on our radar as a young player at Florida State.
Crab legs.
Yeah, crab legs and some other. And you know what else he was? He was great at football.
He won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great baseball player, too.
Yes. Like I said, retire now, go right to TV.
Oh, no. I need a couple more Jameis games.
I need him on TV immediately right now.
I don't want him on my team unless we're just looking for a season of fun, which I'm okay with.
Come on.
But Jameis Winston just kind of saying, you know what? Let's go out there. I'm going to throw for 440 yards.
Wow.
I'm going to throw 4 touchdowns and I might throw 4 picks, too.
Can you imagine Jameis Winston in, like, the Arena League?
I want to hang out with him. Like, I just want to go have a couple of beers. I don't know if Jameis drinks or not, but I just want to hang out with Jameis.
Have you seen him on Hard Knocks at all? He's pretty funny on that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because they
good for him.
had it in for like 2 episodes. Yeah.
He's a really deeply likable presence.
Yes.
Like you just watch him be like, I don't know anything about that guy, but I think I'd like to hang out with him.
I like everything except him being my quarterback. Let me see.
Guess what happened today in 1994? I mentioned it earlier today. 1994, think Olympic sports.
1994?
Yeah. And I'll give you one clue if you need one more.
Was that FloJo? No.
Why?
Oh, my God, Nancy Kerrigan.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Wow.
It was my very first day ever
really
working in sports media.
No way.
I was a senior at UCSB. I was interning at KEYT Television.
Yeah.
Channel 3. It was my first day there. They're showing me the newsroom. I'm working in the and then all of a sudden this story breaks where Nancy, and I kind of knew who Nancy Kerrigan was just because
on the news,
and then she got, and I remember saying, the guy was named Noah Finns, who was the weekend sports anchor. I don't know where Noah is. Noah, hope you're doing well.
Hope he's swimming.
Says to me, hey, we got to get to work on this. And I'm like, why? I already know who did it. And I'm just being a smartass, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, whoever was trying to beat her out must have done it. I didn't even know who Tanya Harding was as a person.
It makes sense, right?
And then it took the FBI about 6 seconds to crack the case.
Horrible.
Not masterminds. Shane Stant, Jeff Gillooly.
Has there been a story like that ever since? I don't think there's been a story like that besides the punter from some college team that got stabbed by the backup.
Oh,
the punter. Remember that guy?
Yes.
That's the only other one.
No, this checks a very specific box.
That does. That really does.
This checks a very. Have some king cake, Mace.
How many touchdown passes does Jameis Winston have?
This year?
Just career.
How many years has he played?
10 years.
10 years. I'll give him
50. 50?
Oh no, he threw 30 in 1 year.
With 30 interceptions.
So he's thrown 81 touchdown passes.
154 touchdowns.
Get out.
Yes, to 111 picks.
Perfect.
That is fun. I mean, either way.
Probably also gave 110 memorable interviews.
I'm sure he did. Want to eat a W?
The game that he came, Mace, you'll remember this. DeMarco, you'll for sure remember this. Remember when he was quarterback of the Bucs and they came to the Coliseum and he threw for 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions and 2 pick sixes.
Was that 2019?
Yeah.
Was that 2019?
Sounds right.
The year he led the league in yards.
Yep.
5,109.
5,000
yards.
5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and 2 of them were pick sixes.
Wow.
It was a master class in Jameis Winston.
Yes. So he threw for 5,000 yards, 33 touchdown passes, and 30 picks.
By the way,
tell me that's not fun.
This is a weird fact, but the year that Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston both came into the league.
Yep.
Yeah.
They both, I'm pretty sure, threw pick sixes in the first quarter of their games, if not the very first pass.
Sounds
That's
about right.
foreshadowing.
It was like
having
would you be
seen
surprised if it was
Jameis
true?
Winston
No.
and Marcus Mariota play out their careers?
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Why
Little
did
super
Mariota-
crosstalk
Yes.
coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason in Ireland is next after Travis and DeMarco.
A player that flipped to Oregon because he was going to get his own shoe.
Hey parents, another fun fact for you here from Children's
Smile at BeverlyHillsOrtho.com, and I could get $1,000 off Invisalign?
Yes, absolutely.
And what if I wanted to just call the office? Can I get the offer that way?
Yes, absolutely. Just say smile, and you heard it on ESPN.
877-7, let's do this.
Yes.
Or, Monica, as I like to say, BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Haven't woo-wooed in a few weeks.
I know.
Haven't
It's been a while.
woo-wooed. Good to
Although
see
we
you
were
all.
here on Friday.
They were.
I know.
Weirdly, it was a weird day to be here because nobody was here, obviously. And it was anything goes on the air. And Ireland and I were together for the first time in a while. We just let it rip. It was fun.
But why is that different than any other Friday? There's never anybody here on Friday.
Yeah,
Travis.
Fridays are weird energy.
Friday is not a work day at all around here.
I lost. That's the longest I've been away from work in years. Years.
Surprised you even did it, actually.
The last time
Were
I
you
was
14 days, 15 days?
yeah. I did all the Rams games, so I
right. So you
worked
did
like
work in
every
there.
sixth day or so, but I didn't do this show for 2 weeks.
Right.
Which is a long time. So the last time I'd been, this was in 2014. No, 2009 when I got sacked was the last time I went that long
That was
without
the
working.
longest stretch of days I've had. I mean, so go ahead and make your insert joke here. Longest streak of days off that I've had since I went to Europe when they've brought in Will Kane. Do you remember that day?
The Will Kane stuff.
Will Kane
we don't need to
Europe?
even relive that time.
We were overseas, right? We were in Europe, and I get a call from then the boss, Dan Zampillo.
Oh,
was
yeah.
the boss there.
The Otter.
And Dan's like,
Love
nope,
Dan.
you're moving to afternoon drive because we just added Will Kane. I'm like, what?
Did you consider staying in Europe?
Thought about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. I was brought into a meeting, and they said, all right, we have to figure out how we're going to sell Will Kane.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
like,
Good. By the way,
this is a good thing because of X.
one of my favorite things was our general manager at the time was a guy named Scott McCarthy, who's now become my agent.
Yeah, that's weird.
And Scott was standing over there. I think it was at the roast, maybe at Commerce Casino. We did the roast of me, and I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce the man that gave you Will Kane, Scott McCarthy."
Oh my
and
God.
the entire place. Woo!
wow.
Yeah.
So, what do we think about the Vikings?
I got no problem with it. I said it yesterday. I think I texted these. All the machinations of it could be this, could be that. I don't care if it was the Vikings, the Lions, or Washington. I think the Rams can play with anybody. Obviously, they've hung with the Lions multiple times, including overtime this year. They beat the Vikings. Washington might have been the trickiest team in there because they got a scrambling.
I thought that was one of
quarterback.
the toughest matchups, actually,
because of the scrambling quarterback.
Because of scrambling quarterback. And I thought actually the Lions were kind of who you wanted.
Not after I saw them last night.
No, I don't. The Lions, I think, are the best team in the NFC.
Yeah.
And I think
even despite the injuries,
the defense is so beat up.
They're
got after Sam.
firing on
different.
every
That's an
cylinder.
division.
Yeah.
Tons of weapons. I'm okay with what they did. I'm okay that they sat their starters.
Yeah,
and
me
I
too.
think you said it, DeMarco, that Blake Corum unfortunately broke his arm.
Yeah,
is a
that is
perfect
too bad.
example of why you needed
don't
to
play anybody.
You don't play
Yeah.
anybody. And I get it, and I'm fine with it.
because they had Ronnie Rivers and that other guy.
Yes,
Schrader.
Schrader.
Yes.
I'm like,
But
why
that
not
other
just
guy-
run those guys?
But
well,
that being
literally,
said-
he came from the practice squad, didn't he?
Yeah.
Not Schrader, yeah.
But all of that being said, I would still have picked, if you could just tell me, of the team, here are the 6 teams, I guess, the Rams can't play themselves. Who do you want to play first? I'll take Washington. They have no fans to speak of. They're going to come out here.
Okay.
I get that
That
Jaden
is,
Daniels.
that is a fact. The least
They won't
traveling.
take over the stadium.
They're not going to take
Yeah.
over the stadium. And I know Jaden Daniels is awesome. I know he can run. I know he's had a great year.
And of all the 4 teams, they got the worst roster. They just have that quarterback that moves.
Who's a rookie in the
Yeah.
playoffs. I'll take my chances.
Yeah,
I think
I'll
Brian
take my
Robinson's a really
chances.
good
You said
back,
something.
too, though.
You said something
Underrated.
interesting there.
Yeah.
Something
Super
critical
underrated.
there, which is it's something critical that Washington probably wouldn't have traveled well.
Yeah.
No.
Detroit maybe
I think Detroit
I'm trying to
would
remember.
win.
Would they buy the tickets.
Minnesota travels like crazy. I was at the Vikings game earlier this year, and they're doing that skull thing.
Green Bay and Philly would bring the most people
Yes.
of the teams in the field. I think Detroit and Minnesota are probably the same.
Why don't I fear Green Bay as a football team?
I don't know. I fear
don't know
Green
why.
Bay
You
as
should.
a Rams fan.
I don't know why they don't scare me.
If I were the Lions, the Vikings, the Eagles, or any of this other team, Green Bay doesn't scare me. As the Sean McVay's never beaten Matt LaFleur.
It may
never.
be, it may be Jordan Love that doesn't really just strike fear in me.
Still
like the night
beat him
before.
every single
I
time.
know. I just don't know why. I mean, if they said if you get Green Bay, is that the end of the road? No, I don't know. I mean, you get Josh Jacobs here instead of there. Part of playing Green Bay is going to deal with that cold.
Going to the cold, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, coming here it might be a different story.
But they did come here and they lost.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm with
yeah,
you. But
yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe I should start giving them more respect. But the
I
team
just-
I wanted was Detroit.
See,
I wanted
that's what
the
I'm saying.
Lions coming through
Even
here.
though,
That's what I'm
the way
saying.
they played last night.
Yes.
I mean, it's the best story.
Not me.
Right? It's the coolest story.
It's a fun matchup.
Yeah, it's a fun matchup.
I wanted to see Jared come out and take the field in
Oh,
SoFi.
and see the way people react?
Just
Yeah.
wanted to see that happen.
He's put that stuff
what
to
would the
bed, though, right?
What would the reaction be?
From whom?
Smattering of applause.
From the Rams
You think?
fans?
Yeah, no one cares.
Smattering of applause.
You think?
I'm with Greg.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I don't think there's any hard feelings towards Jared Goff.
Then,
I don't
then
think
why did he go overboard for Stafford up there?
because that's the Detroit.
Well,
That's the
yeah,
same
he was
West.
there
Same
for
thing coming back.
35 years.
I know.
I don't know
I
how
hear
long
what
he
you
was
said.
there for.
Californians and Detroiters are not the same
Right.
type of person. They're just totally different folks.
LA, BLA, give them the business like Detroit.
But we
gave
never give
us
anybody the business
Then
unless it's
do
the
it
Dodgers.
We're not
See-
business givers.
See, that's
We're
why
not business givers.
We're not.
business givers.
That's why
we don't do that.
Give them
That's
the
why I don't
business.
understand why you guys are so worried about like, oh, Washington won't travel or this team will
Because
travel.
at
and won't
least
travel.
it's just
it,
a new-
it doesn't make a difference.
No, well,
yeah,
I don't
it
think
does.
it doesn't.
Yeah, it
I don't
does.
think. I think
it does.
When you've
It's-
been in
it's
in
every
SoFi,
game.
Yeah.
the way that we have, and you see what it looks like when San Francisco, when Buffalo, when
But that's
Dallas, when
every-
Philadelphia.
that's every
No, it's
game.
not every game.
Seattle wasn't like that. Arizona
Arizona
wasn't like that.
that.
When you get those weird AFC
The good
South
teams are going to do it.
It's the kind of the legacy teams. But that's what I
Right.
mean.
It is annoying,
And,
man.
and
It really
Washington
is.
It's
is
annoying,
not
but it
one of
doesn't
those
change
teams.
the way
It
they
doesn't
play.
change the game, but it is annoying.
I know,
You
but I
can't
mean,
stand
Stafford
look
has
up.
to go to a silent count.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I think it does change the
At
game
home.
a little bit.
Yeah, at home.
When they score on you in your house and the place goes nuts, it does drive you crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
already sick of
Look,
the skull.
here's
too.
Against
the
the
deal.
Packers, it did shake a little bit.
When I'm doing, is that me? Maybe.
Come
I
on,
don't
turn
know.
off. Come on, turn off. your
come
phone.
on.
Not me.
Oh no,
Oh,
I
not
think it's
me.
Carlos' phone
Yeah.
on the
right.
camera.
Oh my God,
It's our camera.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on, Carlo.
All right, yeah, come on.
What is that?
When I walk from SoFi to Hollywood Park Casino to do the postgame show,
Yep.
I typically leave at the end of the third quarter and start making my way over there. I'm listening through the all-new ESPN LA app in crystal clear digital
By the way,
audio.
it is crystal clear.
It is. And I'm listening, but the feed is about 20 or 30 seconds behind the actual game time.
Right.
You hear a roar, as I'm like, I don't know who that was for.
No, you're absolutely
And
right.
it's like, I don't. Is that a good roar or a bad
Yeah.
roar?
Yeah.
I don't know until JB calls the
Tells
play.
you. Yeah.
And that with Washington, that wouldn't be the case.
I think it's a playoff game still. They're still going to travel. I think you're going to get a lot. And people are a lot. There are more Commanders fans now because of Jaden Daniels. I mean, just look at Michael Funches. And John Ireland is a Commanders
John
fan.
Ireland
Really?
is.
He
I
is.
mean,
He is a
he chose
commies
the
fan.
Commanders?
He chose the Commanders.
He is just as soft a fan of the Commanders as he was of the Raiders.
Why?
of the
Okay.
Raiders,
Then.
the Bruins, any
Why
team
did he
that's not
pick
the
the
Lakers.
Commanders?
Because of Jaden Daniels?
Because of Jaden Daniels.
That's
was-
it? Okay.
it's
So,
because-
but why Why is Jaden Daniels the one that he
Well,
decided
no,
on?
because he was a Raider fan, and I got really mad at him for always just like saying, "I'm not a Raider fan anymore." I said, "Fine, just go." He
And he
finally
picked the
left.
Commanders?
and
He
that's
picked the
what
Commanders.
he
Yes.
wanted. He
I
wanted
think
to
it's 'cause
grow
of
with the
Magic
team.
Johnson.
You,
I didn't even
Magic think
you're
about
onto
that.
something there.
I
that
think that's
fits.
why.
That
He said he
makes
wanted
sense.
to grow.
Let me
with
ask
the
you
team.
this. Could you ever not be a fan of the Dodgers?
Absolutely not.
I don't think I could
No.
either.
No.
I don't care what
don't
happens.
think I could ever just be, you know what? I've had it with these guys. I'm out. I could be angry. I could be
During
frustrated.
the McCourt days, did we all
Exactly.
sail?
No.
No.
We were still Dodger fans.
And it was disgusting and pathetic and
Oh,
awful,
sad,
but it's
awful,
like, yeah,
broke.
still.
In
the
the
Jamie
90s
Drew, Jeff Kent Dodgers
Oh,
were not my
yeah.
Can I
favorite.
do a
Jeff
test real
Kent.
quick? Is it IFTDB?
Oh, no, hold on.
Wait. Do you know what that means? Well,
Yeah,
don't show
of
them.
course.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
What are you lifting up your
What does
shirt?
it mean?
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Oh my God!
It's
really?
time- Oh, that's great.
Oh, there you go.
Where'd you get that shirt?
I love it.
I love that.
Really?
shirt.
Wow,
Why
okay.
are you wearing something over it?
Because it's 40 degrees
Yeah,
in
it is
here.
kind of
No,
cold.
it's fine.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you
He's
wear
really
that
offended by that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because
You
it's
don't
40
cover up the
degrees.
ITFTV.
And that's good, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
excellent. Was
That's
that a Christmas
excellent.
present?
Christmas present from my
Nice.
son's
DeMarco, you did
Great.
not know what ITFTV was?
I had no idea. No idea until today. I didn't know that was. I knew it's time for Dodger
time
baseball.
For Dodger baseball.
And I guarantee you somebody's got that tattoo.
Which
I
is
heard you guys talking about
Yeah,
this.
somebody has that.
Somebody's got
Okay,
that
I haven't seen
tattoo.
it. Okay,
I think there are a lot of people that have that.
Really?
Yeah. That's a
I haven't
huge
seen one.
thing.
I want to see one. I haven't seen it yet.
By the way,
You're the I got to see it to believe it guy.
Of course, aren't you?
No, you told me that
We
you
saw Jordan.
Dodger baseball.
We saw
I've
Michael
never
Jordan.
felt older in my life.
I mean,
when
we
that
can just
sentence
ask
came out
for
of
it.
my mouth.
Somebody tag us on Twitter with ITFDB.
Yeah, it's.
With
you
your
have one?
tattoo.
We
Yeah.
will not.
No,
He's got a Vince Scully.
You got a Vince Scully, but
Yeah.
do you have one? Do you have one?
I have a tattoo. I'm getting a new tattoo in March.
What are you getting?
What are you getting?
I have not made up my mind yet. I got one on my 50th birthday. I'm going to get one for my 60th birthday.
Nice.
So I don't know what it is.
We should give this some thought tomorrow.
It could be
a
well,
Mason
Where-
tattoo.
do you know
what I
where-
heard?
Where's your first tattoo?
Right here.
On your chest?
Yeah, on my chest.
You
Where-
should
where are
get
you gonna
John
get the next
Ireland
one?
tattooed on you.
I think right next to it.
Right next to it.
Right next to it, yeah.
Okay.
You should get John
kissed
Ireland
him, so-
tattooed right
Yeah,
there.
Like what? Like his face or
His
a
face.
JI
Ireland's
or what?
face
So
right
Ireland
there.
and I can never break up. No matter where I go, there's Ireland.
You like
There
to
you
keep him
go.
close to your heart no matter where you
there you
go.
go.
Would you ever get something with Juan?
No.
No
What,
tattoos.
just one?
Yeah, Juan. Exactly.
A lot of
That's
wands.
One in parentheses.
Yeah, there's a lot of wands out there.
Wow.
Super
Juan would be
Crosstalk.
like, "Hey, what are you doing, man?"
Brought to you by In-N-Out. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is.